I don't hear any feedback. I think this one is good. So, hi everybody. This is Life with Marlene. I am your Florida vlogger. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, so I'm here for this marathon. I really didn't come on here with any objective. We're just going to be hanging out for a few hours. Let's see how much watch time I can get from this live stream because yeah, my watch time is like definitely going down. So we're gonna hang out on this Friday. I hope everybody had a good week so far and all of those things. I'm Life with Marlene. I'm your Florida vlogger. So let's talk about a few things on this Friday. Hey, Brad, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing good. Don't let them stress you out on that job, Brad. I hope you're not letting that job stress you out. I think that's what a lot of people are going through that. I feel some type of way about work because I know at for some reason, like I know I need to work because I have bills and stuff, but at the same time, people on the job are so aggravating. People on job are so aggravating. And it's like they want more and more from you on the job. You're stressed. Oh, it's not just you, Brad. I think it's everybody. I'm super stressed. Like, yeah, I'm super stressed. I just wish that I could like come up with something and get a ton of money and retire myself because whew, just sometimes it's just so overwhelming dealing with people, just dealing with people. So I don't know jobs that you can do that you don't have to deal with people because I've always been in jobs that's more service oriented, like you have to provide a service to get the money. But I just want to have a job where people will just just give you money just like for no reason. Like I'm looking for that type of job. If you know that type of job, people will just give you money just for no reason whatsoever. I'm interested in that job. Oh, you're jealous? Why? You don't have to be jealous of them, Brad. Just join the club. Be one of those vloggers. Go to Asia and start your life over again if you know if it's possible, you know. I wish that I didn't have connections, but I'm a caregiver. I'm responsible for some people, so I really can't just walk away and start my life over again. But I know I'm not the only person that is kind of like unhappy working. And it's not that I'm ungrateful because I'm not. I'm grateful to have employment. I'm grateful for those things. But when you're not doing your life work, it's very frustrating. um, Brad says, I was watching Jarello. The dude is making 1,000 to 2,000 in his lives, only 1,000 subs. That's because he's found his niche, he's found his people. Blessings, Sister Gwen. How are you? Welcome. What are you guys up to on this Friday? If you guys have some tips, let me know because I have this goal. I've already wrote it down and I'm speaking it into existence. I'm giving myself 5 years to be able to retire and to live the life that I want. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't care what anybody has to say. It's just been on my heart. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I am convinced that I can find something to where I can replace an income and I'm gonna do my life's work, my life's mission, and get paid for that. And I'm in that transition period Y'all don't think I'm ungrateful because I'm not. I'm grateful to have you know, I'm grateful to have employment. But for me, I'm to the space in my life. I'm at this big age, I guess you could say. I'm at this big age where like I don't want anybody telling me what to do. Like I don't want a manager. I don't want nobody micromanaging me. I'm a mature woman, and I'm sure that I have other mature women and mature men that is like I'm looking for a way to monetize my gifts, and I'm doing some things behind in the background to get some things happening. And I know that things is a little slower when you're turning your purpose into your passion, and I'm doing that slowly, and faithfully setting things up so that I can get to that. But in the meantime, I'm very frustrated, going into a job and dealing with people, and you know that you don't want to be there. You know you're wasting your time. You know it's just a means to an end. And while I'm grateful for it, at the same time, I'm grateful for it. But at the same time, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't even want to do this for 6 months. I don't even want to do that for a year. I'm putting that in the atmosphere because I think it's important to speak out loud. Um, speak out loud what you want, what you desire. Oh, thank you, Brad, for my retirement fund. Thank you. I only need a little bit under uh my my $1 million. I have a goal for a 5-year goal. Hi Kay, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. I have this goal for 5 years. I'm giving myself 5 years to find my purpose and my plan and monetize it. Hey DJ Ron, how are you? Happy Friday. I'm trying to you know how like they always talk about it's very important to manifest your goals and your dreams. And I know a lot of people are not like me, but I'm the type of person that I'm real. I know that I'm not happy in my current position. I'm not happy going to a job. I don't want to have a boss. I Because I already know I have the leadership qualities to be a boss. I know that I'm a CEO of my company. I'm a CEO of my life, and I'm just over it. Like I'm over it. I just want to be able to let my job know I'm never coming back. And I'm good over here. And I know that it's important to be authentic and be real. I'm not a person that's going to be fake. Hey, wellness, how are you? Hey, DJ Ron, thank you for listening at work. Be careful. I don't want anybody to get in trouble listening to me and compromise their job. But I do want to say that I think it's important to manifest the life that you want, and I'm already putting it out there in the atmosphere. I'm giving myself 5 years. One, two, three, four, five. And I hope that it comes before 5 years. I'm giving myself 5 years to live the life that I desire, live the life that I want out loud. And I know for me, I want to be able to wake up when I want to. I want to be able to have enough money to pay my bills. I want to be able to have the life that I desire. Like if I just wake up today and say, you know what? Let's book a trip. Let's go to Austria. Or like I could wake up one day and be like, hey, I'm just gonna fly out. Let me go to Mississippi and go see Gwen. Or let me go out to Texas and see wellness or see Geo or see this person or go down to Georgia and meet up with Ron. Like I'm putting that out there in the atmosphere. I don't know how I'm going to bring those plans to fruition, but the Bible says to make it plain and then find a way. When you put things and you speak things into existence, this is what I want, this is what I desire. Okay, this is what I desire, this is what I want. And now it's about you showing up and doing that. And I think that's the difference between most people. They never let themselves get tired enough of their lives and do something about it. Like, I'm to the point in my life where, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I am the woman that I just can't settle when I know that I can do better. I know that I am better, and not saying like I'm better than other people, but I know that I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know my life's mission is to motivate people, to encourage people. So I already have seen myself in the position doing those things. I've seen myself, have a microphone, and I have on my blazer outfit, and I'm speaking to a sold out audience. I just don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to be faithful. I'm going to be putting in the work. How can I make that happen? Who are the people that I need to reach and to meet? And I'm not trying to be rich, because with riches comes problems. And I don't want, to be famous. I don't want people following me. And I don't want that sort of riches. But I want the riches to where I can be able to, go to a doctor and not have to worry about the cost of paying for that. I want to be able to travel and be able to stay somewhere as long as I want to. If I wake up tomorrow and say, I want to go to India for a month, I want to be able to go, or to go to wherever, anywhere in the world, and then not have to worry about the cost. So there's things I'm working on the background. I'm trying to, contact people. I'm trying to set things up so to live the life that I want, because I already know that I'm that sort of person that I don't just talk about things. I'm definitely a consistent woman, and I go for the things that I want, the things that I desire. And I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. I know that me being a bright light can offend other people. It makes other people jealous, or whatever the case may be. But it has been put on my heart to tell me that you need to lead by example, because I know that there's a lot of people who want the life that I desire as well. So I feel like I need to kind of figure out how to get there. And then when I get there, I can lead other people to the water as well. Hey, this is what I did. So, I'm not saying it's going to work for you, but this is what I did. So, I'm in that process right now of, taking on that leadership role, trying to leave behind that employee mentality and take on the entrepreneurship mentality, and to be a leader. And I already know that I have the leadership qualities. I have no problem with consistency. I have no problem with setting boundaries. I have no problem with understanding that there's a lot of work that I need to do. I don't run from hard work. Um, because, as you guys can see, I'm a woman who has multiple channels. I have a small business. I have some things behind the scenes that I don't talk about, that I'm trying to make happen. But, it gets to be frustrating when you deal with people who just like, you look at them and be like, do you know who I am? Do you know what I can do? Do you know the brightness I have inside of me? Do you know my story? Do you know my journey? And it's probably talking to the walls, and this probably message is something that is not going to reach anybody. But at the same time, um, even if I don't get 100% to what I want, but even if I get to the point where I can just not have to deal with other people, even if my my riches will be, I don't have to go into a job. I have enough money to live a comfortable life. And for me, a comfortable life is I know my bills are going to be paid. I know I have food to eat, and I know I can do whatever I want, whatever I want, whatever I desire, and for me, that's riches that I don't have to be afraid of someone cutting off a bill because I don't have the money. That's old really fast. Hi, Ace of Spades. How are you? Happy Friday. I feel like that gets old really fast. Let's see what I missed. I missed some comments. Yes, Gwen, your own boss. Yeah, come on to the sip. I sure will. You guys wait. You guys think I'm kidding? I'm like, Sister Gwen, I'm pulling up in the sip in about 2 weeks. What we doing? And that's the kind of vlogs that I want to start bringing out, like more collaborations and things like that. And when I start doing my tours, my motivational tours, yeah, like popping in, because then I will be able to afford, going and traveling. And I want that life. And it's not just I want it, but I'm putting in the work to be that woman, and I'm not trying to do that all the time. I'm trying to do a tour like on the summer, like a whole summer, and then the rest of the year I can chill and do what I want to. I'm not trying to be a person who wants to tour every weekend for the rest of my life. No, because I have people that I love and care about, and I do want my own personal private time to have fun and to travel and to pour into what I'm supposed to be doing in this life. But that's my goals. That's some of the things that I desire. Wellness is, I just want wealth. I don't want to have to work, nor do I want to be my own boss. And can the money, um, I don't know, fairy, bring down the bundle of joy? Yeah, we don't deserve nothing. Yeah, but God's best, even if it doesn't happen the way we want to. Yes. So that's one of the things that I like. I think it's important, Gems. I think it's important, everybody, for you to. Oh, hi, Carson. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. I feel like it's so important for us to have that mindset and have that focus of this is what I want. And if there's something that you really want, to be careful who you tell your dreams to. Um, hey, Realist, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Hey, Eastad, how are you doing? Respect. I feel like it's important to have a focused mindset. And I think a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't have a focused mindset. They have nothing that they're focused on. They're distracted and they don't have a plan to their life. Like there is just like, okay, they have things that they're doing, but it's focused on the employee mindset. And how do I say this in a nice manner, in a respectful way? That's not me. That's not me. And I have so many things that I'm working on the background that I don't talk about. Um, if you guys, met me in real life, you would really see that I am a true hustler. Like, like I'm a true, the true Jamaican, as they call it, lion blood is in me very deep, because I am a product of my ancestors. Like, I can't stay still. I have to be busy doing something. I have multiple things going on at the same time because I have goals. I don't know about you guys. Um, I don't know what your aspirations are for the future, but right here and right now, my aspiration is for me to not have to deal with other people unless I choose to. for me, that would be riches. That's riches to me. Like, I don't have to deal with anybody. And I think that when you are employed, you are you're restricted in that manner. Like, you have to deal with them because you need this money. And I'm not knocking it because you have to do what you have to do because you have to. Those bills don't stop. Those responsibilities don't stop. But at the same time, one of the things that has just been on my heart, it's been on my spirit to talk about that and to share some of the things that I am going through in real life. And I really don't hear people talk about it, but it's learning to navigate yourself from the employee mindset to the CEO mindset. And if you really think about it, we're all CEOs of our own life. But what are you willing to do to to monetize it? How can you monetize your talent? How can you monetize like something that you're good at? Something that you can create an item or something, and just one idea that you have can can shift you from that employee to that entrepreneur by using your talents and your gifts. So I wanted to say that to somebody who needed to hear it. And I saw Wellness says that she doesn't want to be her own boss. She just wants some money. And I think that's a lot of us. You just want some money. And it's not like you're trying to be rich, because I've never been that woman. I see lots of women out there and they're trying to be filthy rich, like to show off, I guess you could say, like, fancy hairdo, fancy this, fancy that. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Marlene likes quality. I like nice things. And but I'm more of a person that I like luxury vacation. But other things, like, I don't care about having a fancy car or having a fancy home. Those things, is just like, I don't care about that stuff. But what I do care about is on my off time, like having um comfortable setup, like being able to do the things that will relax me, like having massages and pedicures. I do that faithfully. I have my massage appointments. I have my pedicure appointments, because that's, for me, that's a part of my self-care. Everybody is different, but at the same time, it gets to be exhausting when you realize, because have come to that conclusion, that I know that the reason for my stress is the stressful people. Like, it's the employment, it's certain people that you deal with on a regular basis, and it's you deal with them because of your financial situation. And I went about, writing some things down, because I am a person that believes in manifesting. I think that you can manifest anything that you want, but you have to first, in your mind, say this: I can do whatever, I can do it, you know and go about convincing yourself, I can do anything that I want. And then setting yourself up to be that, believing yourself. I was reading a book a few years ago, and by Suze Orman, and she was talking about that. If you want to do something in your life, you first have to be convinced of that. It's like, if you wake up in the morning and all you think about is that thing, then that's who you are. Like, if you only think about writing, if you only think about, cars, if you think about makeup, if you think about travel, then that's who you are. And it's just about shifting who you are into a life's work, a life's mission, your gift. And the majority of people will think that's impossible. And I'm definitely a person who inspires. others. I always try to inspire myself. I always try my best to be a good role model to other women, men as well. That no matter what you've come from, no matter what you've done in your life, no matter who supports you, no matter what your financial situation, you can always shift your mind first. But you have to be in that space to actually want better. And I know that the majority of people, they just compromise. They just feel that, oh, that's not meant to be for me. That's meant to be for somebody else. To each his or own, his or her own. But I know that I am here to reach certain individuals. So that means that I have to get busy in my life. And there's some things that I need to do, and just pull the trigger on that, jump onto it. So, to anybody who needs to hear it, if there's something that you want to do in your life, do it, and don't ask questions. Just go for it. We win at certain things. We Some things don't work out because I don't believe in failure. Hi, Roxanne. How are you? I don't believe in failure. I believe in some things just don't work out. Some people just don't work out, or that's not what that was not meant to be for you. I believe that 100%. We can want things for our life, but some things that we want is not good for us. And I had to go about, really being honest with myself. We can want people to be in our life. We can want things, but how much do you want it? What are you willing to sacrifice to get the life that you want, to get the life that you desire? And that's what has got me stuck for a really long time is um, feeling that I had to convince other people of what I wanted to do because some of the ideas that I have is not everybody's idea. Not everybody wants to, start a movement or make rapid changes in their life. The majority of people ignore all of their issues, all their problems, and they just settle their whole life. They settle in relationships, they settle for a job, they settle for whatever. And I get it that you have to do what you have to do until you get where you want. I get that part, but you should never let yourself stay comfortable. At least that's me. I'm doing what I have to do right now, but I already know that that's not going to be my forever. I'm not comfortable. I'm not happy in that space of just doing the minimum, just doing the ordinary, just doing what everybody else is doing. And I've always known that there was something very different about me from I was a little girl. And I don't know why, but when you're younger, anything that is different, they always think that something's wrong with you. I definitely was that child that was in special needs. They said I was special needs, and that's it's ridiculous, it's ludicrous, but anybody who doesn't wanna do what everybody is doing because I was already advanced. Like I was saying, my dad was a school teacher, so they're putting you in a class in 1st grade talking about whatever, 1 plus 1, and I was already doing long division, and I was like, "What is this?" I was bored out of my mind, so and I think that's what happens to a lot of us. We know more than other people, and it's not you're not trying to show off. You're not you're it's just what it is. There's certain things that you just are naturally inclined to do, naturally are talented and gifted with, but it's about not stamping that out, not denying it. It's facing it and saying, I'm good at whatever that is. And then doing something about it. Like, how am I going to showcase this? And it can be hard to navigate that when you don't have support from people. But guess what? If you don't have support from the people around you, quote unquote relatives, that's okay because I always say your people will find you. And I definitely have found that to be on social media. I remember when I had started my first YouTube channel, and people used to put me down all the time and tell me that social media, that's a waste of time, that's stupid. Nobody will ever listen to it. Like, who wants to hear what you have to say? It's ridiculous. And I will say that that was very discouraging. I don't know how many of the content creators have ever been through something like that, like not getting support from the people that you want support from. Is very discouraging, it's very hurtful. But at the same time, you have to believe in yourself and know that not all the people who say they care actually do, because there's a lot of schemers, manipulators, liars, drama people. Roxanne says, I have not gotten support from some people in the family. Yeah. And that hurts, right, Roxanne? It hurts. But at the same time, I had to understand that some of the things that you have to do, the places where you're going, that's not meant for them to walk that road with you, you know? That's meant for you. If that's, that's on your heart, if that's your life mission. Hey, DJ Tanya, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Um, but what you want to do in your life, you don't have to convince anybody. You just go for it. Just be that woman or just be that man that is able to be yourself. And I think that's one of the best things that you can ever give yourself is giving yourself the permission to just be yourself, you know, however you are, with whatever you've been through. And I know that many of us have been through some struggles, some traumas, some pain, some disappointments. They've had to restart their life, going through real issues, health problems, issues with relatives, romantic relationship, jobs, so much stuff. I know that some people that are my gems, they have been homeless. Some people have been incarcerated. Some people have been through some stuff, dealing with some mental health issues. Some people, some mental illness. Hey, Brooklyn, how are you doing? You're doing great. You're at work. Okay. Well, I appreciate you popping in. I do appreciate you. Yeah, I'm glad you're great. I hope everybody in here is doing great and amazing. I'm just over here speaking about manifesting the life that we want. And what are we doing in order to manifest that life? I'm doing amazing, Brooklyn. Thank you so much. I'm in that space, that zone in my life to, like, I'm just not happy being fake. I'm not happy pretending that I'm okay when I'm not. I'll never settle for, I'm just not a 9 to 5 girl. It's just not me. I have to be my own boss. I have to be my own person. And I'm doing some things to transition my life. And I'm going to make a video talking about it, how I'm manifesting the life that I want. And anybody can do it if you want to. Start your business. Um, move if you want to. If there's something that you want to do while you have the energy, while you have the idea, go for it. Go for it, and even if it's just for a little bit of time. If you want to live in a certain place, find out how to. Thank you. Thank you, DJ Tanya. I try. I just speak from my heart. um, I just speak from my heart. That's all. I speak what a lot of people are not willing to speak about, right? Yeah. There's a lot of people and they're very unhappy And because I had older parents. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys, but I had older parents, and it was hard seeing my mom. It was hard seeing my dad, and they were still working late into their 60s, and that used to disgust me because of the treatment that they got. Nobody really talks about how jobs treat you when you're the older employee. They expect for you to pull the same weight as somebody who is 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, and you're in your late 60s, your 70s, even some people in their 80s still having to work. Um, you're amazing too, Tanya. Roxanne says, I want to travel and put it all on my YouTube channel. And you can, but we have to do more than just saying, I want to. What are you doing to make it happen? And that's one of the things that I'm manifesting certain things. It has always been on my heart to say that. It's always been on my heart to say that. Just go for it. Don't convince anybody. If you're convinced, if that's a plan, if that's something God has put on your heart to do, then go for it. You know, you don't even tell anybody. Don't tell anybody what you're doing, because that's what has messed me up for a really long time, thinking that I have to convince somebody, and you don't. You don't have to convince other people of your light. You don't have to convince other people of your talents, of what you're going to do. The only person that needs to be convinced is you. The only person that needs to be happy is you. And I know there's about 4 places that I really need to go and see, and instead of just talking about it, oh, I want to go here, here, and here all the time talking about it. But I have never made a plan like, okay, how much does it cost to go here? Would I want to stay? See, that's when you're making your dreams a reality. That's when you are fully convinced that you deserve those things. And I think for me, I always didn't think I deserved those things because I was like, I don't make that much money. So it's like you're talking yourself out of your gifts. You're talking yourself out of your blessings. You're talking yourself out of your plans and your goals in your life because you just feel like you can't. And I think that's one of the things in our mindset that we have to shift. You have to shift from what other people are thinking about you, other people's judgments, other people's fears, other people's insecurities. First, you got to check those things, and then you have to check your own. Um, and that's what I'm going through right now. Now I've gotten past like what other people think about me and what other people care and what my relatives are saying. It's all irrelevant because at the end of the day, I have to look at myself and be happy of the woman that I see looking back at me as a reflection in the mirror. And I know that if tomorrow was my last day living, that I had enough courage to go out there and live my life. I had enough courage to speak my personal truth. I had enough courage to love myself even though I didn't know the next step. And I will tell you all that that's some scary stuff. That's some scary work to put yourself out on a ledge and you don't know, okay, what is the next step? You can't always try to order your own steps. There are certain things that you have to let God order your steps. And, think about it, make your plan, discuss, plan financially, and then go for it. Push yourself out there. And there's some things that I'm going to be doing this summer that is way outside of my comfort zone. It's way outside of that comfort. And because I'm naturally, I'm not, I think I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, but I would rather, I would rather not be the focus of attention, but it's been on my heart. God has said that there's things that you need to teach people, and you can't convince those people until you show them. So I always talk about mindset shifting and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. But that's one of the reasons why I made this YouTube channel, to show people how I am going to be stepping out on faith, how I'm manifesting the life that I want, how I'm being faithful and listening to God speaking to me and saying, this is what you need to do, and not ignoring that. And I think that a lot of times we know that, we're being spoken to. We know we need to do X, Y, and Z, but then we'll say, no, that can't be me. No, no. I was like, no, God, I can't do that, or I can't afford it, or I'm not good. It's not allowing ourselves to be controlled by our own insecurities, our own fears, our own doubts, our own everything. Because if there's excuses, we could always make them, right? I'm famous for making excuses. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I don't have enough money. It's always something. But what it is that I don't want to step outside of the box on that ledge and try something and then it don't work out. So I had to go about, telling myself, okay, if we fall flat on our face, we're going to stay down there for a little while. And then we're going to say, what didn't I do right? Was it this the right time? It's about troubleshooting. And I think most people don't do the troubleshooting. When something doesn't work out, they stay in that zone of being angry. They stay in the zone of blaming other people. They stay in the zone of making the choice to just complain about it instead of saying, taking ownership and accountability. I knew that that person wasn't right, or I knew that, you know, that it wasn't the right time, or whatever the case may be. I didn't plan enough. I didn't have a financial plan in place. Or I knew I had some red flags about this person, but I still went with it because I wanted to do it. And how many of us actually face our own self and say, I did not make the best decision. I already knew that that person was not stable mentally. I already knew, all of those things, but it's being mature enough to take ownership of that. And a lot of us do not take ownership and accountability for what we're not doing, but at the same time we'll be complaining, my life, I'm miserable, I'm unhappy, but you're not doing anything to make your life great. And I'm in that space where I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm emptying myself, and I'm taking ownership of everything. And it's not easy. It's not easy to say, you know, you that was immature, or you knew that wasn't a good person, or that person wasn't mentally stable, and you're the one wasting money. So it's owning all of those things, because until we learn about accountability, personal development, consistency, um, and being confident enough to say, I can do it, you know. And I know this message isn't going to go viral. Is probably nobody is even listening to anything that I'm saying, but I know that I have to say it out loud, because even if it only reaches one person, and one person says, yes, I've been thinking about that too. Yes, I'm going through that too. I'm trying to shift my life. So I'm going through some things right now in real time, setting a plan. I've been writing it down, making it plain, convincing myself, being confident. I've been speaking over my life. I've been encouraging myself. I've been my own best friend. I've been doing all of the inner work. So when something faces me, I'm going to be strong enough to be able to handle it, whether it's rejection, it's a no, it's whatever. And I think that's what stops a lot of us. We stop because somebody tells us no, or we will tell ourselves that it's going to be no. I know that's not going to work out. So you're already um, setting yourself up for failure. So I had to learn to make a mindset shift and tell myself whether this works out or whether it doesn't work out, we're going to try it. We're going to go for it. The only thing that can happen is two things: either it's going to work out or it's not going to work out, but we need to be able to try. And those are the sort of vlogs that is going to be coming. I've ordered a vlog camera, and I'm going to be having real conversations about that part, starting from the bottom with my business. And you guys are going to see when I start manifesting the life that I desire. And it's not an easy thing, it's shifting your mindset, it's removing yourself from a lot of individuals. I've done a lot of work in blocking a lot of toxic people. And I could probably stay on this topic for an hour, but I don't know how many of you have toxic people in your life. And it's not that you don't love them, but it's that they don't love themselves. And I can't speak for everybody, but when you're around people who are toxic, either because they're immature, they're insecure, their financial situation, or just because they've made a choice to be miserable, all of that is going to keep you stuck. And I had to learn that I love them, but I can't love them more than I love myself. And that was a very profound thing. And like it really messed me up because I was crying, I was frustrated. It was like I love these people, but I can't make them love themselves. I can't make them make better choices. I can't make them love themselves and make better decisions. But I have to choose myself because being around people who are angry and bitter and dramatic, they're always involved in something. They're always blaming somebody for their problems instead of being accountable and saying, I made a bad choice. I wasted money. I didn't show up. I did wrong. I'm not making healthier choices. I'm not doing the things that I need to do. I'm wasting money. You know, and me taking ownership of all of that. If I'm trying to elevate, if you're trying to elevate, you're trying to grow, you can't have people who are those crabs in the barrel and try to drag you down. And that's what happens is the more you try to do things, you're going to recognize your circle. I'm telling you, your circle will find you. You don't have to go looking for the circle. You just start going out there and doing what you're supposed to do, and I'm telling you, your people will find you. And also at the same time, you have to get ready for the ones that you thought would support you and back you, and then they don't. I'm telling you, it's like that knife in your heart, or it's like you feel like you got stabbed in the back because you're not doubting, because when you pour into people and you love people and you trust people, and that some people only want to support you as long as you and them are on the same path, or in the same space. But I found when I started working on me and healing, like I'm not the angry person because I put in work. I put in work to forgive myself. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Get back to work. Have a great day, DJ Tanya. Have a good weekend as well. But I had to put in some work into me. And that was one of the it's the hardest thing in this life, to put work into yourself. And I had to go about, I went into therapy. I got improvement books. I I took accountability of the things that I did, and you know, s- talking to yourself in that manner, like you're being really immature. That wasn't nice. You didn't show up for that person, but also being accountable and saying, you're letting X, Y, and Z person use you. You need to close this door, or you need to lose this job, or lose these individuals, or say these aren't your friends, and this definitely is not your family, because family is people who choose you back, not just who you choose. They choose you. When you're not in good spaces, they're there to hold you up and support you. And family is not just by blood. Family is the people who are there for you when your back is against the wall, when you're very vulnerable, you know, even when you don't make the best decisions, they're still there. Like, I have great accountability partners. I have great people in my life that be like, that was not the best decision, you dummy, but I'm here for you, you know. Now let's see how we can help each other to get through this. We're going to get through this together. Hi 20ch, how are you doing? Welcome. It's one of those things, is having people in your life that are real and they're not fake. No fake support. They're not a fake person. They're really truly there for you. And they're going to help you with anything that you need. And the majority of people don't have individuals like that in their life. You know, it's a lot of fake support. But like, if you truly have good people, like when you're going through something, or if you're in a state of transition, are they there in your transition? Like when you say, I'm going to be eating healthy. Will they eat healthy with you? See, that's when you find out who your people really and actually are. Like when you start making changes in your life, like when I said, I don't want to be an angry person, and then they'll heal with you. Okay. I have some issues in my life. So let me work on myself too. And you talk about things, and you grow up, and take that ownership. Okay. This is what I'm doing. Because I'll tell you something, we can be our own worst critic. We can be our own worst enemy. And like, we'll be in this zone of being angry about our situation in life. We'll be so angry about everything in our life, and give everybody the fire and the smoke. And ultimately, the reason why you're angry is because you're choosing to be angry. You have made a choice to not do anything to shift your life. And that burns, that hurts, but it's the honest truth. If you want your life to be different, you have to do something about it. Hey, Theta, how are you? Welcome. How's it going? You have to do something about it. And that's one of the things that I always say is, what are you willing to do to shift your life? What are you willing to do to change it? Are you going to do anything to make your life happy? Are you going to make those sacrifices? So that's one of the things. Will you make the sacrifices to make yourself happy? Or do you just want to complain about it? And I found that most people out there just want to complain about their life, but they're not going to do anything. They're not willing to learn anything. They're not willing to do anything that takes them outside of their comfort zone. So there's that. So I had to learn that I can't have people in my life that are going to distract me from my purpose. And I think about that all the time. Um, if you really want to do something, you have to learn, you have to grow in your mindset, you have to grow in your focus. You're going to have to cut people off, and believe in yourself. Be confident that you don't need certain individuals. You want people in your life, but you don't need them. And I think that's a major difference, is if you want something, you'll go for it. If you want to. If you want people in your life, if you want to have the life that you desire, what sacrifices are you going to make? And that's one of the things of when I started making a choice. I choose my health. there's something that I had to do. I had to make a move, okay, a sacrifice, like, because I love myself, I'm not going to just settle for any work. I want great work. I want to do great work. I have a mission. I have people that I need to reach. I need to laugh all the time. I have certain places that I need to laugh at. I have certain spaces that I need to travel, certain pictures that I want to take, is certain people that I want to meet, but I can't get there by doing what I'm doing now. And I don't want to wait. Like, working in healthcare, I've seen people like in their 70s and 80s doing the same job for over 50 years. And then one day they call them in the office and give them the pink slip. So not only they've given their whole life to a company, they've given their whole life to their children, grandchildren, and at the end of the day, there's nothing, because sometimes the children don't even care. They don't even come and check on their parents, or somebody, like if you raise somebody, your nieces, your nephews, people just care ultimately about themselves. They don't care about you. So I always said that I want, when I get older, I want to be able to sit somewhere and to say, I'm happy because I lived a fulfilled life. I made sacrifices. I did everything that I wanted to do with my life. And I love that. I love that for me. And I love that for anybody who is willing to make those sacrifices for themselves. Will you face your fears? Will you let yourself live the life of your dreams? And what are you willing to do? Are you willing to meet certain people? Are you willing to step outside of the box? Are you willing to try something new and different? And I think that's a whole thing as well. Hey, Anthony, how are you doing? Are you at work today? And I think that's one of the things is that I'm working on, is monetizing my gifts. Like I said, I have some things that I'm working on in the background, and I'm going to be changing the way that I do vlogs soon. Um, I got my drone. I got my drone. That's there. I have to learn how to work my drone. I'm getting a certain editing system, and I'm working on learning to edit in a different way, being on camera more, being transparent, talking about certain things. Because if you don't put things out there, if you don't step outside of the box, if you don't try some new things, you'll never know. And I think by me being a vlogger, oh, you're working till noon, so you're almost done. What are you going to get into today? You going to get off and rest? You going to eat? What are you doing? So that is what I am working on. I'm working on being the best Marlene that I can be, because I said life with Marlene. And I'll tell you all something. You're born, and next thing you know it, you know, you're 18, you're grown. Next thing you know, you're 30, you're 50, you're 70, and then you're not here anymore. It's wild how time keeps moving, but I'm in a zone, I'm in a space in my life where I want more than to just the ordinary. I want to live a phenomenal life. I want to try some new things. I want to meet different people. I have a plan about what I want my life to be, but I'm willing to make some sacrifices in order to have that life that I want. And I understand that not a lot of people want to make changes. They don't believe in themselves. They don't think that they can do it because of whatever issue. Maybe it's because of the financial situation. It could be because maybe some real health problems. Maybe it's a lot of trauma from verbal, emotional traumas and abuse. It's a lot of stuff. for that are roadblocks to why people don't live the life that they want, live the life of their dreams. And I made a video on that should be premiering. I don't know if it's next month or the month after, but I was talking about why I started vlogging. So that's going to be an interesting topic that I can't wait for that to come out. It's more than you think. So that's coming out, and I'm just trying some things until the thing that I want works, because I'm not making it optional. I want to know that I at least tried. I tried. I made an attempt to live my best life. I made an attempt to step outside the box and to try something new. I made an attempt to live life on track and on purpose, because I think sometimes that in this life, you can make a choice to be messy, and I think that if I was a messy person, I probably would have got so much success. And I know that many of you too as well, because I know everybody has gone through some things. And if you are making a choice to be that bitter woman or making a choice to be that bitter man, you probably would have rapid success. But how would you feel about yourself? How would you feel about yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? Would you feel good about yourself that you know, threw people under the bus, that you revealed things that you needed to keep private? So that's one of the things that I'm working on, sharing my story and talking about things, but I also don't want to I also want to respect my siblings and my parents, but I also feel like I have a big story to tell. Um, a lot of things that I have been through, and I know that I'm not the only person in the world that has been through problems. I'm not conceited, or I'm not like warped in my mentality, like it's all about me. But you also have to, you know, dissect it and take things apart, so that you know that what I have been through in my life, I've made it through that. And I want to let other people know that no matter what you've been through, no matter what anybody has said to you, you can make it through all storms. You can make it through all struggles. Um, and you're not alone. So I want to say that to somebody who needs to hear it, because sometimes when you're in a situation, you could have this huge family. You could know a lot of people, but you don't feel supported. And I'm talking to who I need to talk to, because I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I came from a very big family, but I've always felt alone. I don't know. It's very strange, but sometimes you are the one that stood out. You're the one that's different from other people. And I come from a big family, but at the same time, we didn't talk about the things that we needed to talk about, because I came from that generation where, kids were seen and not heard, and you didn't talk about what you were going through. You didn't talk about what you were dealing with. You didn't share things. Everything was swept under the rug. There were family secrets, family problems, and you kept that there. And that's not good for us. And until you know, eh, hash it out, decipher it all, expose what you need to expose, talk about it so that you can handle it. It's some things that happened to us in our childhood that has given us trauma. I know there are lots of things that happened to me in my childhood that gave me trauma, and some things that people may have said to you, things that people may have done to you. abandoning you or talking down to you, just a lot. It's a lot to handle, but at the same time, you can't let that be your whole life. Um, and that's the reason why I named this channel Life with Marlene, is because I know that I wasn't living my life to my fullest potential. And I was desirous of shifting that. I was desirous of changing that. And I'm going to talk about that in that video that's upcoming. But I wanted to say that to somebody who needs to hear it. If you're desirous of changing your life, if you're desirous of shifting your life, if you're desirous of being happier, having more peace, having more money, having more quality friendships, working on your health, working on your weight, working, whatever it is, if you're desirous of something good, as long as you're not, doing things to hurt other people, you're doing honest work, then you have to go about doing what it takes for you to have that peace, for you to have that calm, for you to have the life that you desire. It means work. And I know for myself, I didn't want to do that, because when you are raised to cover the things that happen to you, not talk about it, even though you're not addressing it, those skeletons don't go away. That trauma doesn't go away. That hiding it, that not talking about it, does not make it go away. And I know that having therapy. Hi, Miss Purple. Good morning. Happy Friday. I know that talking about what you're going through, I know that talking about, your pain, and the backstabbing, the jealousy, the disrespect, and all of those things, it's hard. It's tough. Thank you, Estad. It's tough to talk about some things that you go through, or even if it's not childhood, even if it's the things that happen in your not childhood, your adolescence, your when you were grown. But if something like knocked you off, the block, knocked you off, your footing, okay, it's one of those things that you have to address it. You can't ignore it. You can't. It's not optional. You need to face this. Um, and I have a few videos that I want to talk about in the the trauma responses. So I have a few videos that I'm going to be talking about that when I'm out and about. I'm trying to shift the way that I'm going to be doing vlogs. I'm going to be doing more on camera vlogs. I'm talking about topics, and I'm going to take you certain places so you can have a beautiful setting and surrounding while we talk about things. And even when something shifts in my life, I'm going to be taking you guys more places, but I'm working on something to make that happen. See, it's about speaking things into existence, manifesting. You too, East. Um, it's about manifesting the life that you want and being purpose driven. First, you have to know that you have a purpose. And I want to encourage whoever needs to hear that today. If somebody has made you feel less than, if somebody has backstabbed you, if someone has brought you emotional, mental, physical, financial, spiritual pain, or if you're just dealing with pain in your body because you have some sort of ailment, disease, issue, something going on mentally, whether it's mental health, or it's mental illness, or your body is just failing because you're getting older. It's whatever is going on with you, you can still make a choice up here, that even if in your physical body, if you can't do things, but you can make a choice to say, I want to heal that. I want to be at a space of peace. I want to smile. I will tell you guys that it's nothing as wonderful as being in this space of smiling and being happy with who you are. There's nothing like that serenity of that you love yourself. You love her or you love him for who you are, and your courage, your resiliency to go for what you want. And it's me being vulnerable for a moment. There was a long period of time where I doubted if I could ever be successful because of the things that people had said to you. And like I said, that's why it's so important to speak that out loud and to declare it. When people told me I was nothing, when people judged you or looked at you based on the things that you did when you were immature, based on the times where you didn't make the best decisions, you say, I forgive them, and but you also have to forgive yourself. And for me, that has been so soothing. That has been so healing to forgive people who judged you based on who you were, and to give yourself that permission to let it go and let them be who they want to be, and then give yourself uh that forgiveness and that healing to be a better person moving forward. And I think that was something that I personally had to do for myself. I had to forgive me for when I hurt people. I had to forgive me for when I didn't do what I needed to do, or I was immature, or I didn't do the right things. Taking ownership of that and now shifting that to be the role model, to be the good example, to give myself the permission to love myself, to be confident, and to do my best. Not their best, not what other people think you should be, but be who you are supposed to be with your personality, with your, you know, have joy in your life. And I wanted to say that to somebody. I hope you all have joy in your life. I hope you're rich with love. And if you're not, why not? Now I want to talk about that right now. But before I get into that, I want to say I'm happy to be at a space in my life where I have forgiven people who brought some type of pain. I don't know who I'm speaking this to, but sometimes, your relatives, quote unquote friends, a romantic partner, um, just life, people will bring you some type of pain and hurt you so badly. And it hurts when you expected for people to treat you a certain way and they didn't, and it hurts. But you have to forgive them so that you can live your best life. And I want to say that to somebody who is harboring resentment against somebody. Somebody did something to you, didn't show up for you, said something mean or nasty, judgmental. And the thing about it is that people will judge you based on the person that you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But that's not even you anymore. But you don't have to convince them. You know, I had to learn that. People may not deal with you anymore based on who you were, and that's okay. They have every right. Okay, they have every right to not deal with you, and that's just not going to be your people. There's a lot of people who tend to think that they're perfect. Oh, no, no problem, Anthony. I appreciate you. There's a lot of people who don't understand about personal growth. People only love you when um you're doing what they want you to do. It's kind of like a control mechanism. People love you while they can control you, but people won't love you when you're in that transition period, when you're learning yourself. You're learning to grow up. You're learning to be your best self. You're learning that you deserve better. people don't love you when you set boundaries with them and they don't have access to you. But that's okay, you know, that's okay. Oh, Eastside is back. um, and that's one of the things that I feel like is so important is to, even if other people don't respect you, even if other people don't support you, even if other people don't love you, one thing that has helped me so much is I had to forgive them and let them go, you know? And that was so healing to me. I had to grieve the loss, you know? I had to grieve the loss because you kind of expect for people to be with you through all seasons of your life, but there are some relationships that it just had one short season or just a few seasons in your life. And now when you're in the season of happiness, of peace, of elevation, loving yourself, setting boundaries, you're not negative, you're accountable to yourself, you're your best self. People don't readily accept that. People don't accept that you can change. And I don't have to convince anybody of that, but I know that I have changed and I feel it in my spirit. Okay, I definitely will check my mail. I feel it in my spirit. It's in my heart. It's in my personality. It's in my joy. It's the way I talk to people. It's the way I treat people. It's my mindset. Everything has changed. I feel like I have been dipped down and brought up brand new. Like I just started living my life just a few short years ago because I matured. I grew up. And when you grow up, when you mature, when you learn how to treat yourself in a good way, I'm telling you, it's a complete difference. When you learn how to treat yourself, you can learn how to treat others. And I don't know who that is supposed to reach. I don't know who I'm supposed to reach with this message. But I did want to say that to somebody. When you learn to treat yourself in a better way, when you learn to respect yourself, when you learn boundaries, there are going to be people that are going to leave your life. There are going to be people that aren't going to like you anymore. There are going to be places and spaces you're going to have to leave. You're going to find out that I thought that's what I wanted and that's what I liked, and it's not. Sometimes we like things because that was a comfortable thing or that was something that was given to us. But just because something is given to you, it doesn't mean it's good for you. And I had to learn that part too. Just because something is given to you, it doesn't mean it's good for you. Hmm. I wish I knew that when I was younger. Not all the things that are given to us or the things that, come into our life is something we need to keep around. There's a lot of people that we need to shift out of our life. Okay. And I feel like I went, yes, Miss Purple. I feel like I went about like crying. I feel like I had a season in my life a few months ago where all I did was crying. I know. I know you guys are going to think I'm weird or strange, but I went through a period in my life where all I did, I cried for like a month straight because I was grieving, letting people go. Like I love them, but I can't love them more than I love myself. I had to make better decisions, in my eating habits, in what I'm consuming, like because when you deal with people and have relationships with people, you're eating off of their energy. And if their energy is off, your energy is going to be off. If they're a complainer, you're going to be a complainer. If they're not consistent, you're not going to be consistent. If they're not doing something great in their life, you're not going to do anything great in your life. So, I had to cut a whole bunch of people off. And people will think when you cut them off that you hate them. No, I don't hate them. but now I love myself. I think that's a amazing and a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when, like, I feel like for the first time in my life, like, I truly love myself. Ah, it's a phenomenal feeling when you, like, look at yourself, like, and I don't mean, like, when you're all done up and makeup on and pretty outfit. I mean, when you're bare, like, no makeup on, and I embrace everything about myself, you know, my bigger eyes, the kinky texture of my hair, everything, you know. I embrace my past because my past is what made me be the woman that I am today. And I can't tell y'all how proud I am of myself. You think it's an easy thing to wake up when you and just do what everybody else is doing? Yeah. And I'm not. I refuse to go backwards. I'm never going to go backwards again, you know? And I don't blame other people for who they are, but I'm accountable for me. And I can't let anybody make me unhappy anymore. I can't make other people and what they think about me and how they judge me and what they're saying, because it will tear you up on the inside. It really will. I'm dealing with you know, relatives that are unhealed, and they're the ones that have made a choice to not do anything with their life. They've made that choice, but it doesn't mean that has to be your choice. Doesn't mean that has to be your life. um, because they've made a choice to not work, or they've made a choice to waste their money. It doesn't mean you have to give them your money. Just because somebody is asking for your time, asking for your money, asking for your advice, it doesn't mean you have to give that to them. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And that's something that I had to learn, that I wasn't being selfish, but it meant that I was choosing me. I was choosing to that I don't have to deal with people who are looking at me, like, looking at you sideways, oh, or judging you for something that you did, or something that you're making a choice to love yourself. You're making a choice to try something new. You're making a choice to do better. You're taking care of yourself. And people will be big mad, big, and not just mad, angry, because they don't have access to you anymore. They'll be big mad that they can't get your money. They'll be big mad that you don't tell them your business. They'll be big mad when you start developing healthy habits. Like when I started to go to the gym and to get exercise, eating healthier foods, they're like, "Oh, don't you want some of this?" No, no, I don't. I'm over here eating my salad and drinking my water and minding my business. And I can't tell y'all how happy that makes me when you learn to speak up for yourself, and I'm going to let you be you, and I'm going to be me. And it's the first time in my life where I feel like I don't have to do what anybody else wants me to do. It's so freeing. It's so freeing to do the things that you want to do in your life, to do the things that you are called to do. And I always said I wanted to do that before it's too late. You know, don't wait till it's too late to live your life. Don't wait until it's too late to forgive others and to forgive yourself. And I always said, if it was with my last breath, I wanted to be able to say, I did my best. You know, I was kind to others. I was kind to myself. I lived my life out loud, you know, and that's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to let go of what people have said to you, because words, it's like, whew, it's slicing. It's like someone like literally takes a knife and stabs you in your heart. Ah! Whew. I don't want to cry on this live, but it's such a touchy subject. Like when you feel like somebody touched a nerve, and it is because I think there's certain people that touch your nerve. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how many of you, there's like people in your life and they touch a nerve because I don't know, it's like they want that response from you. They want you to yell or scream or to cuss them out or to they want you to do those things so that they can have something else to say and to talk about you. But I don't give people a response anymore. I don't have to explain what I'm doing with my life. I don't have to give anybody money. I don't have to do anything for anybody. Now it's up to me. Now I'm making the choices. Now I'm making a choice to love me. Now I'm making a choice to say, but what does God want for me? You know? And then letting that rule my life. And if he has something for me, there's nobody that's going to convince me of anything different. This is what he wants. This is what he has said. This is what he's called me to do. You know? And then letting myself be that woman. Okay. Roxanne says, I need this today. Well, I'm so grateful that you're here to receive it, Miss Roxanne. Miss Purple says, there's a lot of people mad at me, but I don't care. I'm living for me now. And Miss Purple, I think that's one of the craziest things in life is when people will be mad at you because you're living your life. And that does not make any sense, but it's the truth. People will be big mad because you're living your life. Like people will be big mad and they'll be counting your money. It's like they'll be like, well, you have the money, you can give it to me. I was like, and I can give it to you, but I'm definitely not going to. You need to stop wasting your money. You need to get a job with a better income. It's not my responsibility to bail you out for every poor decision that you make. And when you tell people that, they're big mad, big mad because they don't want to be told the truth, you know. Hi, Miss Eunice. How are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. If you guys have not already, please hit the like, subscribe to this channel if you have not already. And that's one of the things is that people will be big mad because they don't have access to you. I don't know how many have gone through that in their life, dealing with people, you know, that are toxic. They have very toxic energy. They're very negative, right? And they've made a choice to be negative. And I know for me, in my all my whole life up until my 20s, I was a very angry person, a very jealous person, a very immature person because that's that's just what I thought, you know, I should be, you know, that the only way to have people in your life is by getting attention or saying something to get a response. And that's not the way to be. If you're mature, the people in your life that care about you, they will readily give you their time. And I always say, I'm not going to chase somebody down. I'm not the only person that should be reaching out. If somebody can't reach out to me, then I'm not reaching out to you. That's just how it goes. I said I'm not going to be the only person in the relationship. I cut off all the people in my life that if I haven't talked to you all year, mm-mm, I have deleted your number. On to be honest. Miss Roxanne says, my brother's car broke down and he thinks I should pay to get it fixed. I said not. Um, is it a family car, Miss Roxanne? Or is it just his car? Hi, Miss Betty. How are you? Welcome. And that's the thing. Let's talk about entitlement, shall we? Do you have people in your life that is entitled? Oh, it's his car. Well, then that's different, Miss Roxanne. I understand by what you're doing, but most of the time, things like that where he's expecting for you to pay to get it fixed, I'm sure that there probably was a time that you did things for him that you should not have. And that's some of the things that we have to take ownership of. We do. We have to take ownership of that part. Like I should not have given you money, and it's not my responsibility to take care of you. It's not my responsibility for you to know my business. It's not my responsibility to bail you out when you make poor decisions. That's not mine. That's yours. You're an adult. You need to make better decisions and all of those things. So that's what I had to, and that's why I said I went through like a period of my life where I was grieving because I was. Yes. Um, I was grieving because it is loss. It is a loss. You too, Miss Purple. It is a loss. It's a major loss when you have to cut people off and you care about them, but when they don't care about you back, like as soon as you say hello, hi, can you do this for me? Hi, can you do that for me? Hi. Oh, this is going on in my life and this person is against me. And it's just all of that. Like I was tired of consuming all of everybody's problems, but nobody was there supporting you and yours. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't deal with the toxicity. And it's so toxic dealing with unhealed, immature, and drama people. I can't do the drama. When I was younger, I used to be in situations where you didn't even do anything and they would put you in stuff. Like insert you into stuff because they wanted you to give a reaction, and I can't lie, I didn't disappoint. I would start something or I would say something that would hurt people's feelings or do something just because of, I don't know why I did it. Immature, controlling. I was unhealed, I was unhappy. You have to own all of those things when you didn't do the right things, but at a certain period of time in your life, you have to make a decision and say, this is not who I want to be anymore. I want to be better. I want to be healthier in all aspects of my life, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically. You want to be better. But it's like, what are you doing to have that life? And like we were talking about entitled people, um, we have people that are entitled, but that doesn't mean that you have to encourage it. A person could be demanding, you know, screaming, yelling, really showing all aspects of controlling, jealous, manipulative, you know, and they sap all your energy. Just take, all they do is take, take, take. All they do is ask you for, you know, can you help them? Can you help them? But nobody's ever saying, can I help you? Are you going through something? And I just can't handle that anymore. Like it makes my heart beat fast. Like it brings me anxiety. It upsets me that a person can only think about you when they want something, but they never think about you. And if are you going through something? So I was the one, you have to make a decision to shift your life. And until you make that decision and say, I'm going to shift my life, it's not going to shift. It's going to be miserable. You're going to be unhappy. You're not going to have money. And I thought, like, I know it sounds like something silly, but I didn't understand the reason why I didn't have money is because I was giving it away. Stop giving people your money because they ask you for it, whether it's your kid, it's people who are making bad decisions, it's family, and also stop offering to support and to do things you know and that was a thing that used to upset me when people would, like, basically trying to tell me what to do with my life, not asking me. But when people get used to you always doing things for them and then you stop, they want to know why. Why can't you do it? Well, you used to. Why not now? Because I'm not the person that I used to be. Because you can't just call me only when you want something. I don't do those sorts of relationships anymore. If you can't call me and it's not something positive, if it's not something that you're also pouring into me, like, I'm just calling just to say hi. I was thinking about you. And that's something that I had to learn. I had to learn to communicate even when you're going through something, you know, just let people know I'm not upset or angry with you, but I'm going through something and I just need some personal me time. And I know that I hurt a lot of people when I was going through that period of time in my life where I lost my mom, my dad, my brother, my auntie, and a dear friend of mine. All within 4 years, I experienced those five losses, and it messed me up. Uh, there's no other way that I can say it. Hey, Kristen, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Friday. What do you guys have going on? Thank you for the like number 20. I appreciate every single one of you. So that was something that I had to learn is I had to learn that it was time for me to be happy because there's less years in front of you than there is behind you. So every day you wake up, it's like making a choice to say, today, my day is a gift. And what am I going to do with the gift I have of today? Not about yesterday, not about last year, not about any other time. It's about being in the moment, being in today, and recognizing that. So, I'm so happy to be in that space and to be able to say that to other people. Make that choice and to say, I wake up today and I make a choice to have peace. I make a choice to be kind, but kindness has limits. Um, That's something that I had to learn after I had all those losses. There's a lot of people who feel like you have to do things for them, you have to support them, you have to. No, I don't. And no, you don't either. Say no and mean it, and say no with no explanation. You don't have to explain yourself. No, you don't have to explain yourself. All you have to do is just be you. And that's it. Point blank, period. Just be yourself. And I love that. I love that these days I don't have to explain myself and what I want to do. And you guys are going to be seeing something that, I'm not a person to speak out some of the things that I go through. Hi, keeping up with the Griffins. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Happy Friday. Yes. Um, Good morning, Marlene. Been listening in the background for a while. Finally getting a chance to get in the chat. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well over here. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your support. So, that's one of the things that I always say is making a choice to choose you, making a choice to choose the people who love you back. And I think a lot of times as humans, we will be choosing other people, but them not choosing us back, and we're not being honest with ourselves. Okay. And it applies to all relationships. It could be your kids, it could be, spouse, significant other, it could be your friends, it could be a job. You're making all of these choices to give love and support to those things, but are they giving love and support back to you? And that's one of the things that, oh, I see Team Bill with Geo is in the background. Let's welcome her to the show. Hey,
Hey, Marlene.
hey.
Ugh,
Uh oh, you're frozen.
what?
I don't. Oh, yeah, you moved now. Okay, you're good.
All right.
Hey, Oh,
What's up?
hey,
What's up?
girl. Hey. Yeah. So, I'm over here talking about entitlement, people who are entitled and who feel that they have the right to tell you what to do, what to think. You know, you know those people who feel that they have the right to tell you how to live your life and all of that stuff.
Well, they need to go to therapy. I mean, what can I say? I mean, you don't have
Well,
to have those people in your life, just you ignore them and you don't do what you want to do. That's what I do. Because sometimes my kid can be like that,
mm,
you know. And I just said, well, okay, girl, I got something to do. I'm gonna call you right back. Okay. I just because it's my kid, I can't get rid of her.
I
Sometimes I could, but I can't because I love her, and she's the only child, and she has this uh what is that? The only child syndrome,
only child syndrome.
right?
Hmm.
And I'm her mama, and her dad passed away, so she say, So I think sometimes she thinks that I should give her whatever, because I always have, and not just me, but my whole family, because she was the first one to be born in the family. So sometimes
Okay.
I do that. And then I recognize it right away. And I'm like, girl, please, bye. You know, she make way more money than me. You
Yeah, but you, I can tell. I'm not the only child by no means. I have 9 other siblings, but I can kind of understand why she is that way because I used to be like your daughter, and what it is that she doesn't want to share you with anybody
know? No,
else.
nobody.
And I was that way with my daddy, not with my mama. I was that like my daddy couldn't talk to anybody. He couldn't go anywhere without me, and he had to tell me everything that he was doing, or I was gonna go off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't tell her I was going on a vacation to Las Vegas. Uh, what you doing in Las Vegas? I say, I'm turning up. That's what I'm doing here. Well, why didn't you tell me? I say, well, do I have to tell you my every move? You the only mama I got. She was upset. I said,
Oh wow.
hey, sissy, I'm sorry.
Wow.
And as soon as I said that, she just calmed down. Y'all having fun up there? I said, yeah. So I already know how to handle a situation, even if I don't want to. Because I could have been just as petty as her and kept the conversation like, why? But see, I ain't all about that today. I
Mhm.
left all of that behind me. I just try to put myself in other people's shoes, and maybe it's a thing. I don't know, but I don't got time for the petty. I don't want no petty.
But listen, Jill. But sometimes you have to give them a little petty. A little.
Child, if I give my daughter some petty, she'll take it way across the street, jump over the mountain, come back around, and still be petty. I don't have time. I'm too, look, I'm too up in age, and my petty level is like this. And
I don't know,
I
Jill.
will,
I got a lot of petty in me.
I already know that, Marlene. That's why we don't talk about petty things.
I know because I can go there.
Yes, she can. Y'all, she ain't lying. He is not lying to y'all. Let me tell you. And me and Marlene are really good friends. We really are. Sometimes I just say, Marlene, I'm not doing that, okay? Then she'll,
And, yeah, and I'll say, yeah, you're right. You're right. We shouldn't do that.
no, first she stopped dead in her tracks like she gonna try to get an attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Then she'll come right back and say, okay, Gio,
Yeah, I will. Hmm.
I'm not doing that because to me, we don't have time for it. We're
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get that 100K.
Yep. Hmm. And try just trying to, I was talking about monetizing our talents, monetizing your gifts, and being in the space to live your life with passion and your purpose. And there's so many people that never step into living their life on their terms.
Yeah,
They're just living life like according to the 9 to 5 society, what their friends or their family wants from them, but they never let themselves be whatever goal or whatever it is,
right.
dream that they have.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See, today for me, you know, I've been through a lot, and when you done been through a lot of things and you come out on the other side of it, all you want is peace in your life. All I want is just to make it, to have my dreams come true so that I can help someone else. Because it is nothing like seeing people eyes light up when they get their dream, or when they on that walk up that mountain and you are right there on the side of them and you are holding their hand and you are walking with them. That is the most, I can't even describe what kind of feeling that is.
It's empowering.
Right. I've done that outside of the work world with people that's in treatment centers and stuff like that. This is a while back in my 30s. I had been called on to write a couple of songs for the treatment center. And it was just, I mean, when you are in that type of environment and you see women, because this was all about women, and they were on
Mhm.
drugs and then they got off of drugs and a week later they look totally different
Mm.
because they not out there. And I was called in to write a song for this treatment center and have the ladies sing it, you know.
Mhm.
And, so that's what I did. And just to see these ladies pull together as women, you know,
Mhm.
the song. And then we went out to different churches, stuff like that. That was so empowering to see. You would never know that they were out there on the street.
Wow.
And
I can't imagine that.
I
I'm sure you heard of a lot of things.
yeah, it's wow. I don't know, it just made me want to be more of a better person. It made me want to be better and to really put together the tools that my therapist had taught me, to really use them. And the more I interacted with these girls and the more I told my story to them, the more I let go.
Yes.
The more I became who I am today. So that's how come I don't like petty, petty, petty. But I know it's okay for other people to be like that. And I ain't trying to put nobody down or nothing like that. But sometimes
Mhm.
bring that to me, I might be really sharp. Like, girl, please.
Yeah. I know.
Anybody want to hear? Okay, let's talk about how we can help somebody. You know,
Yes.
let's talk about how we can conceive. What is it that you want, and how are we gonna get there? That's my thing. And there were
Yeah.
things that you brought up that I'm still thinking about how to make it work. I just
Mhm.
haven't, it just ain't came
Yeah.
yet, but it will.
But it will. Hmm.
Yeah,
It's about the whole thing about it. Like I was talking about a little earlier about you could be grow up in toxicity, and all you see around is complainers and drama people and angry people. And I had to when I learned that there was a different way. A lot of people don't understand that there is a different way. You don't have to be angry, you don't have to be controlled. You don't have to go to a job. You don't have, for maybe for a time you may have to go to a job until you get your plan off the ground. But
right,
you need to be thinking about, what do I actually want to do? And I think that most people never ask themselves that question, what do I want to do with my life?
right. Well, I know what I really kind of knew what I wanted to do with my life, but I couldn't finish nothing because I had so much hurt underneath all the anger that was on top of it. It
Hmm.
wasn't until God broke me down and my job said, you got to go see a therapist or else you can't come back. And yeah, I
Hmm.
like the coins. Okay. So that was one of the best things that happened to me, is when I got a therapist who helped me get underneath the anger and really face what was really bothering me. And once I
Hmm.
faced those demons, that's when I said, "Oh, I can't do this without God. This is
I
a
can't. I can't. It's too much. It's too
yeah,
much.
it was too much." And that's when I said, "God, take me back. I'm sorry for leaving, but please take me back because I need you to go in the front of all of this. Because if you is walking straight, I'm gonna go right behind you on your coattails. If you move to the left, I'm moving to the left. If you move to the right, God, I will do that. Will you
Mhm.
please help me?" And when I said that, child, I went back to therapy, whatever lesson
Yes.
that she gave me to move through the demons that were in my life, I did it. I ain't gonna
Mhm.
say it was easy. I ain't
Mhm.
gonna say I cried. I cried a million tears. But
A
look
billion.
at me
Mhm.
today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when I knew what I wanted. I wanted to quit my job. I wanted to get away from corporate. I wanted to get away from all those people that didn't like me because the color of my skin. I
Mhm.
can't help it if my parents was black. Come on now, let's put it out there on the table.
Jill, some of the most ridiculous things that I don't like is like people will on social media and also on a job put you like almost blacklist you based on what they have this idea, that that's what you do because you're this race.
Yeah.
People will have the stereotypes and judgments. And I remember when I was trying to get this job before I made a choice to walk away from it. And they were like, "Oh, we didn't know. You're very intelligent, Marlene." And I was like, so they had, because in their mind, maybe the people that they've known
Right.
have not been, and people will make these judgments and talk about um people and think it's, oh, everybody who
It,
looks like you or everybody who does, and that race thing is a very very touchy subject, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. And I really don't like to stay there, but it's a real issue for many people. And for myself, I know I had to walk away from that job because I knew I wasn't growing there.
Right.
They
Well,
were never going to put me up in the company because they only wanted to give me this job. They weren't willing to say Marlene could be a district manager, or they only wanted me to be the person that answered the phone.
right. Right. And that's how come I said what I said. I can't help the color of my skin. I don't know why you hating on me. Why? Because one of the reasons was I was a smart cookie and I still am. And I
Mhm.
own it because God gave it to me. So what I'm supposed to do, act dumb?
They no, what they want, this is what people want sometimes, Gio, is on social media with your relatives, on a job. They want you to be ignorant so that now they have a claim to say, see, I told you she was that way, or he
Yeah.
was that way. I told you that people put you in situations and then want to see what will you do if they, stir things up.
Well, they stirred up too much. I will come out with, hey, whatever I got to say, because you shouldn't have done it. And this is
Mhm,
what you want, and this is what you gonna get. Now,
mhm,
it take a lot for me to do that, but I will. I already
mhm.
know me. I know me better than anybody because I have studied me. And I know what my triggers are, and I know when to walk away because I ain't finna go there for you because you ain't worth it.
Mhm.
Okay. But when I decided to get God back in my life, when I had went through a 2 or 3 years of therapy, that's when I knew I wanted to walk away from that job. But before I walked away, my therapist suggested that I get mentors to help me and
Mm.
tell me what to do so that I could be prepared for whatever is going to come because they know better than me. So that's when I started to do home businesses so that I can meet people that had what I wanted so that I could get what I wanted. And one of my mentors, I never forget her. I love her. She's not here anymore. She said, Gio, first of all, you need to learn how to be more humble. I
Mm.
said, yes, you are to a point, but you need to learn how to be humble and listen. Because see, I already been in your shoes. And she said,
Yeah.
all I need for you to do is just do as I did so that you can get to where I am. When she said that, I just shut up.
Yeah.
And I said, even though my mind was saying, she don't know what she talking about, who she thinks she is, you know. But I shut up and I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. That's the first thing I said. And she said, thank you. You're getting somewhere. And we
Mhm.
became really good friends. And anything she told me to do and prepare for, I did it. And she said, first of all, you don't want to walk away from a good job like yours. Because I
Yeah.
good jobs, y'all. Okay, really,
Mhm.
really good money. And she said, you need to save at least $10,000 to $15,000. She said, because when you walk away and what you want to do and what we do, you got to make sure you have at least a year and a half of rent.
Mhm.
That your insurance for your car, you got to have a year and a half for that. You got to have a year and a half for medical for you and your kid. You know, you got to have a year and a half of money for groceries and everything else. That's just the basics. Okay. And she said you got to have a little money for clothes here and there. You can't go out and buy all of these name brand clothes and go out to restaurants like you and your daughter go because you don't want to cook. You're going to have to get back in that kitchen. And
Mhm.
looked at it, I'm like, ooh,
Oh, she really was telling you.
that's a lot of giving up.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I wanted to quit that job better than I wanted all them things I had to give up. And it took me another 5 to 6 years to do what she asked me to do, to save the money, all of this. So when I left my job, I was like, child, I ain't worrying about nothing because I had the money, and then back
Mhm.
then jobs were so plentiful. You know what I'm saying? So I
Oh
really,
yeah, you just walk out one and get another one.
right. And I really wasn't worried about that. But it gave me what she told me to do made me feel more comfortable for what I really wanted to do. And I wanted to be an affiliate marketer. I wanted to own my own businesses, my own home businesses, so that I can make my own money. I can sleep when I want to. I can get up
Right.
and do this. I can go on vacation. I can take my computer with me. This is the kind of life that I have lived, y'all. And I tell you, it was just been the best thing that ever happened to me when I said, God, take me back. Because my whole life changed. Now, this may not be for everybody, this story,
Mhm.
but it is for
For
somebody.
somebody. Mhm. Yeah, you better speak that. And better tell. That's why I always said I always like to talk to motivated people, because that the story may not apply to me, but it may resonate with somebody who is watching in the background. I know that not everybody is going to type in the chat, but you may be speaking to somebody right now, and sharing your testimony and experience will be just that impetus that they need, that
Right.
boost to say, you know, I could do that. You know,
Yeah,
but I'll say this, Jill. I had to say to myself, it's time for me to get uncomfortable. And that it has been the hardest thing out of, even harder than forgiving, even harder than, being honest with myself, is letting myself be uncomfortable and saying, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to be honest and say, you need to be consistent. You need to stick to your plan. You need to, it's being tough with yourself. And a lot of people, just when it comes to themselves, they'll be like, you'll be on people. You need to do this. You need to do that. But when it comes to ourselves and making that application, are we being consistent? Are we doing what we need to do with our health and our diet? Are we getting exercise? And those are the questions. We don't want to talk about it, and we'll get upset. I remember when my mentor was like, "Girl, when's the last time you went to the gym? When's the last time you did?" And you're like, "Oh, here we go again." But all of those things are true though, Gio, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't do what we're supposed to do in a good way. You
that's true.
can't be your best self unless you're healthy.
That's true. And I've been wrestling with that for the last year and a half. And I think a lot of the reasons I'm not doing it as much as I should is because I have some unresolved issues that has
Mhm.
happened in the last couple of years. And this is the first time I'm really just saying it out loud, that I need to look at that and take care of it so that I can get back to doing me all the way. Okay? Because
Mhm.
sometimes when you have unresolved issues, it can stop you from doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Because you just packing stuff on top of it. Well, unpack it. Let's look at it, and then just say, what do we need to do? Do we need forgiveness there? Do we need to just let it go, or do we need to grieve about it? Whatever
Mhm.
we need to do, or I need to do, I need to get to it.
Yep. And,
So
and oh, go ahead. Cause
yeah,
that's what
I
that's
can't
what.
no
Oh,
more
go ahead,
cream and cookies.
girl. My thing is, I'm having too much ice cream and cookies and gravy and this
That's
and this.
what I'm talking
I'm
about.
having too much of it.
Bread, and syrup, and biscuits, and bacon.
Whew.
Child, my butt off.
Yes. And
But
that's what most people are not honest enough to say. Like, they want this, they want all of this, like the thing after the rainbow. After your storm, you want these great things, but they're not willing to change anything in their life to be able to have
No.
that life that they want.
Yes. It's a lot of people, they may say, oh, Gio works for herself. She's got 3 monetized channels. She's got this, she's got that. She go on vacation anytime she wants. But do you really know the story behind it? How did I get there? I got there by looking at Gio.
Mhm.
I got there by wanting to be honest with Gio. I got there by looking at the demons, at the pain and the hurt that came from way back when. Okay, if you have not done that, and then you're always thinking about why you can't do
Mm.
and why you can't finish this, it's something that's holding you back. You need to find out what it is. And then when you find out what it is, do something about it. Most of the time, it just takes a little, just forgiveness. And remember, forgiveness is for you. If you need to let it go, and if you're a believer like me, give it to Jesus Christ in the name of Jesus. Please take this. I don't want it. And then when you do that, you walk away. And when it try to come back to you, you say, no, I gave it to Jesus. And then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to say, woo, I don't feel that
And
anymore.
it's gone.
And you'll be like, woo, woo, woo. You do the holy dance, even if you don't know how to do one. You're mad.
Yeah, Jill, I found for myself is that once I get into a zone of doing things, I can continue it. But my whole thing is I had to learn that it was okay to make plans. It was okay to be consistent. Like for me, my old self, when I was a procrastinator, my main issue was that I didn't want to do it. And anything that you don't want to do, you're going to stop doing. Or you're going to make an excuse for it. You're going to blame somebody. Oh, it's my kids, it's the job, it's this person, it's that person. I'm tired. And I had to say to myself, those things are always going to be there.
Yeah,
You're always going to have your kids. You're always going to have problems. There's always going to be stress, but it's like what we've talked about so many times is finding our whys. And your why has to be bigger than your why not.
right. It has to be bigger than the problem.
Mhm.
And so you gotta have something bigger than that problem, the why, and then something really bigger than that. That's how I lead my life. I always go
Mhm.
back to the why. I want to travel the world. I still have not done everything I wanted to do in this life, you know and
Mhm.
I want to be a great example for my family, for everything. And so I have to have a power greater than myself. I have to go to God,
Mhm.
and my why is here, and then I have to say, God, help me, please stay on track so that I can accomplish my why.
Yes.
Help me remember why I started this YouTube.
Gi-
Ah,
er, Gio,
God, help me remember why I started YouTube.
girl, I did a video, a live stream the other day talking about YouTube frustration. Child, I don't know. I just must have woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something, but I was just frustrated. And me and Gio have talked about this, and she already said that if I ever delete any of my channels, she gonna come. What you say you was gonna do, Gio?
Down to Florida, it's gonna be hell to pay. And before I get there, you might as well go and get a tree limb because I'm gonna whip them legs. And she already know. Don't call. Look, I'm just gonna delete my child. I say,
Yeah,
what is wrong with you?
I get that. Like every maybe about every 6 months, that comes up in me. Like, Oh, forget this. This is too hard. I'm going to delete my channel. And then I remember what you said. It's like, yeah. I said she gonna come down here with a tree limb and get me. So
That's right.
I ain't gonna do it.
Don't make no, and you know I know how to find you. I got your address, and I
Mm, you do. She can't find me. Yeah, she can't find me. Yeah.
okay. So it ain't about no deleting no channel. Why would you do that? And you have all those good videos. Your time
Yeah.
coming, just like you tell me, you have not found the audience. The audience is gonna come, and sometimes it's just not our season. Maybe there are a few things we need to learn more about.
Hmm.
Maybe we need to change it up a bit. I don't know. But I got three monetized channels and I make my threshold every month. So right now I'm like cool.
Yes.
And that's how come I have three or four, and I'm gonna have four pretty soon monetized channels because I'm gonna tell y'all. So I'm a businesswoman. I think about the moolah, and
Yes.
how can I get YouTube to pay me every month? Okay, when I first came here in 2019 and I found out I can make money from YouTube, child, I started talking to Marlene when we became friends. I said, girl, we need more than one channel.
Yeah, you already know I was on board.
And she said, why? I said, so we can meet this threshold. I
And
said,
I was like, oh, okay, let's do it.
yeah, and so that's how come we have those channels like that because it's hard to meet the threshold with one channel when you're starting out.
Hmm.
Okay, but if you got three to four monetized channels, trust me on that, you can make that threshold if you are maintaining your channels correctly. And when I say that, I'm not saying that you have to work on one channel one day. Boss Life
Hmm.
Online all day Tuesday.
Yeah.
Whatever you do. Okay? Friends with Super Channels all day Friday or whatever day I choose.
Yeah.
Okay? Team Bill with Geo, whatever day I choose for it. I cannot just work on all three channels all the time, in one day.
You'll burn out. You'll
Yes.
burn out.
So I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The other 2 days, I work on my affiliate stuff, my home business and my affiliate stuff. So you have to be very, very organized, and you have to get up out that bed.
Mm.
And if you're working, you have to sacrifice some time. Okay,
Hmm.
because when I was working and I was trying to do what my mentor said to do online and all that, I know what y'all going through because I've been through it. But
Hmm.
if your why
It's big enough.
is big enough, you will suck it up,
Hmm.
cry a little bit, or cuss out in your head somebody, and then you gonna get on that computer and do what you need to do.
Hmm.
Okay. And this is when I first came here. I came here with a business mind like, okay, let me get with these people that know what they doing. Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Right.
Okay. And what I found out was that YouTube don't charge us no membership fee. They just take 30%. Okay.
Hmm.
To me, that is great. Because if you go out here to the affiliate world where I work at, you're going to pay a membership. You got to pay something for something in order to make money
Yep.
over there. But here over at YouTube, we don't pay no membership. All they asking us to do is make original content. That's it.
I want to Roxanne says someone told me if you're going to YouTube, you got to stick to a schedule, same time, and after a few weeks, the people come back. And I will say this that I had to find out in my back office what is the best time that the people who have subscribed to me are going to be online. And then I went about doing content at that time, either uploading, premiering, going live. And that's when. And I have applied that to Marlene Motivates, and I've seen the change. And the same thing with here. I had to learn that YouTube can't be when it's convenient for me. And I think that's what a lot of YouTubers do it wrong. Well, I'm busy at this time, so that's when I can't do it until it's my time. I was like, okay, that's cool. You're always free to do what you want, but you're not going to be successful until you do what is necessary. And like they give you the tools. Everything is in the back office. They tell you that stuff. What videos do people like? How long are they do they like? I always like to look at the watch time. And then I see like, okay, they watched 3 minutes of video. What happened at the 3 minute mark? And why they stopped. It was probably boring, or I had the camera pointed at the ground. Like that's accountability. Fix that, and then you'll start seeing. People will start watching longer. But most people don't do that. They just say, "Oh, I don't have the time," or "That's when I want to do it."
Right. Yeah, you really have to look at your work and see what's happening and keep up with all the analytics and what is teaching you in the back office. And you have to
Mhm.
realize also in the back office, if you go back there and see where your subscribers live, if they live mostly in the USA, well then most of the time it's going to tell you to probably upload from this time to that time. If most of them are international, it will also tell you to upload uh maybe later on that day like mine are. Okay. So
Mhm.
I just think that if you go, the analytics will tell you a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Just have to I don't
You
know.
have to be honest.
Yeah, you have to go back there and read and learn for yourself. And that is something that I tell people all the time. Read the community guidelines yourself. When they put out updates and stuff like that, you need to you need to be what you call that? I mean,
You have to advocate for your own channel.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
have
do
to
that.
Yeah, you have to make sure you're keeping up with everything because YouTube is a business.
Yeah.
If you treat it like a hobby, you ain't gonna make no money.
Mhm.
But if
Eh,
you
I
learn all the things that they give you to make money with and really focus on how to make money with the tools that they give you, then you can start making money.
yeah.
That's what I did in 2020. Child, I was like, child, I need 3 monetized channels and I need to figure out a way to get it, God. Now, I need
Yeah.
God. Come on now. Yeah, you already know I'm demanding and I'm a
Mhm.
boss because you made me one.
Yeah.
So I need for you to download up in my head
What
how to
to do. Mhm.
channels, how to get 3 monetized channels and get them monetized quickly. That's when I was so excited about 2 weeks later, and I called Marlene. I said, Marlene, I think we got it, girl. I just need you because see, Marlene got the best ideas. Okay.
Yeah.
You think about stuff I don't. So that's how can we make a good team. All right.
Mhm.
And I said, girl, I think I'm gonna name it something, team something. And she said, well, let's name it Team Bill with Geo. And I said, okay, okay. So I went right that day and I set it up. Then I started having, you know how you have the devil wanna come in, them negative girl, ain't
Oh,
gonna come.
that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, girl. You know, you your own worst critic, girl. Uh, it ain't gonna work. But then because I know that when those thoughts come in, Marlene, you gotta have something positive right away to put. I said, you know, you ain't nothing but fear. Go sit your butt down. Please, 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 Marlene. I
Mm.
need help. You know, you gotta have people in your life you can
Yep.
go. So when those negative things come in your head, you have to have your own way of squashing them. Then you call the person that's for you. I'm not talking about, don't call no jealous folks.
Or somebody who wants to say, "Oh, if it's too hard, then why do it? Just don't do it no more."
You need to call somebody that's positive and for you. So we started thinking about how to set it up and what
Yeah.
to do, and and it has grown because we started this in 2019, I think.
18. Yep.
19 and going into 2020, and so far we've been here since 2019, 6 years this year.
Yeah, 6 years. I can't believe that.
Right. And so what happened was, when I started pitching it to the people that was always coming to my live stream, that we gonna play each other's playlists on a larger scale so that we could get a second channel
Hmm.
monetized, people was like, yeah, yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
And I was like, oh my God.
It
Okay.
was easy. It was easy. That part was easy because everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah, I need help too."
Right. And then after that, we went channel member because we had to get rid of some cheaters.
Yeah.
People was playing the playlist one time. And then when they got assigned the next week, a couple of people, they would send the same playlist that they played. While the other people was playing a different playlist and getting them watch hours, they wasn't doing nothing but playing. They played it one time and then they would send that every time.
Girl, and people are so, I don't want to say people are stupid, but hey, it is what it is. You you can look, if someone has made you a video, you can see the date. It said last week. Like, I don't know, like,
Well, anyway, nobody dumb like you said.
yeah.
And so what Marlene suggested was we go channel membership.
Hmm.
And that got rid of all the cheaters. Everybody
Yeah.
else stayed, but the cheaters left.
Of course, because they know that they have to actually do the right thing, and also on top of that, when we found out how to find out if people are playing your playlist, now they can't get away with it.
Right, right, right. So once we started that, even all we had a lot of channel members over there, and we still do. Uh,
Hmm.
so we restructured everything,
Hmm.
and that's when when I restructured and went channel member, that's when the hours start boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Friends with super channels. I got Geo's vlogs. Open up, and friends used to be something else. I can't remember what I had.
For
I,
no, Gio's vlogs used to be Advertising Junction.
yeah, but I don't know what friends used to be.
Oh, I don't
Ah,
remember because that, no,
right.
that one used to be your relaxation
Oh
sound.
yeah, 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 yeah. We had got all of those monetized right through Team Build with Geo, because when you're working on a team, you win. And when everybody is
Mhm.
on the same page, thinking the same thing, climbing the mountain for the same goal, you win.
Yep.
Everybody wins.
Every time you win, but like what you said, Gio, you have to have people that are actually supportive, and we've talked about it before, fake support versus true support. There's a lot of people who, "Hey, Trish, how are you doing?" There's a lot of people who say that they support you, but what it is they tell you they support you so that you will keep supporting them.
Right. Anyway, that's let me just say that I'm going to support who I want to support.
Hmm.
If I make a decision to support somebody and they don't come to my channel, I don't care. Maybe I just like what they do.
Yeah.
They make me laugh. I support who I want to support. I support people that
Sure.
support me, and I support people who I want to support.
Hmm.
And that's just the bottom line too. And I think that's the norm. People what we
Yeah.
do. So
And I think, Jill, we have to say this too. Don't focus on who is coming to you. Don't focus on who's leaving you comments and why aren't people, because you get caught up in that as a content creator. Oh, I support them and they don't support me. Don't worry about that. I learned when I just I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm making my videos, I'm going live. The people who want to come will come. The ones that don't, it's okay. If you are only focused on what other people are doing, you stop doing what you're supposed to do.
I know. Look, I just run my channels, you know. And yes, I have people that we all support each other over there at Team Bill with Geo. But I also realize that everybody can't come to everything that I have.
People have lives, they have to work.
Right. I mean, they can't just be it every time I open up my live stream. I expect for 20, 40, 56 people to be in there.
Mm-mm.
No, you know what? When I open up my live stream, this is what I say: God go first.
That's
And whoever you send to, give me the words to just
mhm.
help them have a better day or whatever it is that you need for me to do. Because, see, I know if I can just help one somebody,
Just
I'm.
one. Hmm.
And I've had it to where I've had only one person in my live stream. I talk like I had 60 folks up in there because it don't matter to me. What matters to me is Team Bill with Geo when they play the replay.
Exactly. Hmm.
See, that is not only coins, but it's views to get the coins.
Hmm.
Okay? So for me, and because I am a businesswoman, that's how I think. You know, like if a lot of people come, thank you, Jesus.
Hmm.
I'm still going to deliver the same message that I would if I had two people in there or five. Don't
There
get
you go.
a lot of people don't come to your live stream. Just deliver your message.
And Jill. Hey, Dawn.
Hey, Don.
Yeah, Trish put a comment. I want you to read that while I'm saying this. You have to make sure that you're just yourself. I had to learn that for me. And I think becoming a content creator has really matured me because people don't understand that you have your life to live, you got your bills to pay and all of those things. And if you can't let lack of support, or you can't let um like a certain, like, I'm not going to do lives because only two people come to my live, or I'm not going to do it because I'm not getting this amount of views. The whole thing is that you personally first have to be convinced, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to have the schedule. And I can say for me, I did not start to achieve my growth until I learned to, okay, if there's something you're going to do, you be consistent. Don't worry about who's watching or who likes it or who whatever. You need to be consistent. And one day, all you need is one video or one live to get in the algorithm. And there you go.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. So that's just where I am, Geo. And it took me a long time. And I'm grateful that I had Geo in my life. I had Geo, I had a mentor, I had a therapist that got me on track, because I used to be a lot. I remember when I first started on YouTube, I used to, good child, I used to be on YouTube with a bonnet. I used to be child. I used to be on YouTube with a bonnet. I didn't even used to put myself together, like my hair. I used to be all over, girl, all over the place. I just wake up, take off my bonnet, go live. Didn't put myself together, but that's because that's where I was. I was going through stuff, but I was trying, and that's what I love about being a content creator. I look back and now I can appreciate that, because I can say, look who I was then, you know? But look who I am now. I can see my maturity and my personal growth, and I'm grateful for that. because I can show people. I thought about deleting those videos when I was in a no, I need to show people. That's what depression looks like. That's what looking sad looks like. That's what not loving yourself yet look like. I needed for people to see who I was then so that they can see who I am now. Say, look at Marlene now. Look at Marlene now. I'm consistent. Oh boy, one thing. If Gio didn't come in my life, woo, because she was like, girl, what are you doing? What is you
Man,
doing?
oh God.
She said, what you doing on your channel?
Oh my God. Look, getting back to that question that Trish was asking, that is something that we need to discuss with the team.
Yep.
So that's something that I'd have to get back with you on a personal level, and then I to discuss with the team, Trish. All right,
Okay. Sounds good.
all
Uh,
right. Uh,
Um, go ahead, Gio. Say what
but
you were
she
gonna say.
also something else in here. She said this one lady on here, it took her 11 years. Now she consistently gets 1 to 2 thousand views per video. Big crowds in her live.
Yeah.
That's why I say you have to really wait this out. YouTube is it's like a learning curve. Like it's about what are you willing to take the time out to learn about YouTube and what they want and need from us in order to make the big bucks. Okay?
Girl.
It's also about just knowing what you have in your hands. Okay?
Mhm.
And another thing that I like about YouTube, and I will always be the girl that likes YouTube. They don't
Yes.
have no membership fee.
When I say free 99, I mean free
Uh,
99.
And we don't want them to have,
Exactly.
okay? Because if you're not used to paying for a membership like I am, I'm as an affiliate marketer, you
Yep.
gotta have money every month.
Yep. In business, if anybody who's coming from a business side, when I found out, I was like, free. I was like,
Yeah,
I said, and me and you, Gia, was like, let's hurry up and make these channels because we're not saying it out loud. But what if they say one day you got to pay to open a channel?
right. That's why I got
And
my
I was like, I was like, I ain't gonna have no problems because I got about nine.
me too. I get into it, but I do have 9 10 or 10. I think we got
Yeah,
10.
I think I have 10. I think I
We
have 10. Hmm.
if they say up and say one day, you got to pay $25 a month, and going forward, and everybody else is grandfathered in, guess what? We got our channels.
I was like, I was like, That's why I opened up my 10 channels. So
Yeah, a lot of people like be saying, "Oh, they got so many channels." I don't care
you
what
got
they.
so many channels. Why you got so much channels? That don't make no sense. No, it don't make no sense to you, but it makes sense to me. Because Jill, I know when I'm counting my money, I was like, I like to count more of it. I don't know about you, but I was like, okay. And we come from a business mindset, Jill, you and I. Like, with what is it called? Multiple streams of income. I'm not looking from one because this one may only give me $5. This may give me 10. This may give me 190. But when it all comes together, it's like cha-ching.
Yeah, because when you get out for YouTube, they add up all the channels. Like I might have 100 over here at Boss Life. I might have 75 at Team Bill. I might have
Mhm.
25 at Friends with Super. I get all that money in one
Yep.
time because all of my channels are linked up to one AdSense.
Yes.
Okay, so you get
Hmm.
all the money. So you're going to meet that $100 threshold.
Every month.
Right, if you're running your channels the right way, which I love to do my lives because I'm an advertising guru. I have made that my life. And then I go live like I'm on the camera now when I want to, you know. But you have to think of ways that will work for you and give you the coin, you have to be smart enough. That's why I say you have to know what you have in your hands in order to work with it. And then use what you already know, like my advertising experience, and figure out how to use it at YouTube.
Ooh, that's good.
And
The
that,
and yes, and I saw a comment from Realist. Hold on. Let me go backwards. Realist says, definitely can't let other people's lack of reciprocation and support stop when what you do. And he also said, oh no, Trish says this. Oh no, this is Realist. You can learn a lot from this app. I can tell you, Gio, that I call it YouTube University. YouTube has caused me to learn about myself, some things that I actually didn't like, girl, you doing too much or you're doing not enough. It highlights that because when you're not getting things, and I can say something about demonetization, like not demonetization. I was rejected from the YouTube partner program for my other channel because of me. See, and I can say that, Jill, because now I'm mature. When it first happened, I was like, oh, I can't stand that YouTube. I can't stand them. They don't like me. I was like, why don't they? Why they like other people, but they don't like me? But now, with that reused content, I assume accountability because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I
yeah,
got lazy.
yeah.
I was lazy.
And when you
But
want to use other people content and don't do nothing with it, just put
yeah,
it,
just put it up on your channel. Mm-mm,
you're
mm-mm.
gonna get demonetized. If you monetize or you trying to get monetized and you have done that, you ain't gonna get it because they're gonna call it reused content. The best
Yes.
thing to do is original content. Don't be using other folks' stuff. Just like in the shorts too, you can't be doing that because they will demonetize you or not monetize you. There are so many things that I have learned from getting two of my channels demonetized. And I am so glad that it happened because I wasn't
Hmm.
along those lines. But I have learned so many things since then. I have learned that I don't give up easy, except for
Period.
the last round where they kept saying that my channel was breaking the monetization policy, but they didn't give me no exact whatever it was. It took me a whole year to get this channel back. Okay, but what God gave me was Marlene. And I called Marlene. I said, "Girl, I'm just not gonna even be trying to do no reapply or whatever they call it.
Yeah, reapply. No,
Yeah,
no.
they
You're supposed to
know,
make a video.
yeah, you have to make a video saying what your channel is and how you make your video. I forget what they call it. But
Yeah.
she said, no, you're going to do that video.
Yep. And what did I tell you, Gio? I said this is the time you gonna
Yeah,
get it back.
right.
This
And
time,
so when she said that, I went and I really read, I'm talking about really read
really.
what they said was wrong with my channel. And once I done that, and I went, oh my God, they don't
Mhm.
understand what I do on my channel.
Yeah.
I looked at my about page. I said, no wonder this is crazy too.
Crazy work. I be telling we be telling people be careful what you put on your
About page.
about page. It matters.
Yeah, and so what I did is I rewrote what I do on my channel, and then I put it in the Google AI, and and asked them to rewrite that paragraph to make it better. And once they rewrote it and I read it, I said, this is so good. I put that on my about page.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I went to Canva where I make a lot of my videos, and I showed YouTube how I make the videos and about how I advertise for my channel members, and all of that was on there. Plus, I did listen, guys. I did a recent video when you reapplying or you trying to get them to change their mind. Do a recent video on how you made it for about a minute and a half. And then if you make something in Canva like I did, I had to show them that this is not the same advertising
Yep.
file. I changed the color, I changed the audio, I changed what I say. Then only then, and then I say, and in the beginning, I read what was on my about page so they would know what to look for. Child, I was monetized the next day.
Period. But I already spoke that over your life. I said, Gio, the last we first of all, when you go through that where you don't get either you lose monetization or you get rejected for monetization. First, you got to let yourself be in your feelings.
Yeah, it's called the appeal. Yeah.
Yeah, the appeal, right? You got to let yourself, girl, because I'm telling you, I was telling everybody, hey, oh, and that YouTube, and that you, I can't stand them. They get on my nerves. I can't stand that YouTube, and they don't like me, and they don't have nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you. It is accountability, Gio, and
Yeah.
it took me, and this has been March. Next month will be 1 year since I got rejected from
But
my monetization for reuse content. But now I'm in a space where I'm accountable for me and say, that's not YouTube. That was you being lazy and not editing stuff, not making your own content, feeling you could do whatever you want to, and you can't. You
yeah,
cannot do
yeah,
whatever you want to do. You cannot do, you have to read the guidelines and period. And that's it. And once I learned that, I was like, girl, you are, you're creative. So create something and then try again. So now I'm in this space. I've got over it now. It took me a year to get over it because I've been big mad for almost 11 months. And now I'm like, okay, all right, we're over it.
yeah.
Now I have an idea for that channel, Gio. And like you said, nobody is doing this. And I already know that it's going to be successful because it's mine. It's
Right,
my idea.
right.
Hmm.
Now you
You
might
gotta, you
try
gotta
to
be you.
try to
Give
copy.
it your spin.
Right.
Hmm.
And then after I got Boss Life back, then looked at Friends with Super Channel. So, oh, I went over there and cleaned that channel up. I
Hmm.
everything. See, if I had not have went through that, I would not know what to do on this next channel I'm going.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm so glad that this happened now before I got 100K and then got demonetized. Oh,
Geo, because it's all over this app. It is like because when I got rejected for monetization, I thought it was, oh, they just against the small content creators. But when I actually put it in demonetization or reuse content and stuff, it's channels that have 300,000, five hundred
yeah,
thousand, millions.
us.
No, so it's not just no, it's
Right.
anybody who doesn't do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and then with Friends with Super Channels, since I already know what I had done wrong over there at Boss Life Online, I went and I cleaned that channel up and I was monetized in 3 months.
Period. Period.
Whoop.
Whoop whoop.
So you have to learn from your mistakes. Now, the only way you're going to learn, Marlene, from your mistakes is you got to admit them.
Oh, Gio, don't. I'm telling you, you giving a message and preaching. Look what Realist says. He says I used to think they had a personal issue with me. Realist, you're not the only one. Anybody who has lost monetization or has been rejected from monetization, you gotta be in your feelings because that's your personal work. That's your artistry.
Right,
It's like, how dare you? I was like, how dare you reject me?
right,
Do
and
you know who I am? But
right.
then you have to take that humble pie and say, girl, that's not you. You need to do the right thing. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, okay. Now we're about to do the right thing.
And look,
Mhm.
YouTube has gotten so smart, guys. Listen, make sure you go back in your YouTube office and you look at that copyright section because
Teach,
you,
teach them.
okay, if you find anything back there and they say another person is using it, or uh, or 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 if you have copied somebody else, it's gonna be back there.
Gonna be there.
Get rid of that video. Don't archive it. If you archive it, they're gonna say this. Oh,
Oh, oh.
so
Tell them,
they know
Gio.
it.
Tell them.
So they know it's there, and they ain't doing a darn thing about it. Uh, And guess what? You demonetize after a while
Ooh,
because YouTube is no, you know, because you archived it. Most people think if you archive it, that you don't
that
have
you're safe.
that you're safe, but you're not.
Mm,
Learn that myself.
period.
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 So you either have to contact them and ask them to take it down, or if you copied them, you need to take it down.
And that's the part that hurts
Oh
when I thought about, oh, I got to I'm gonna lose watch time. I'm not gonna lose my watch time. So I'm gonna archive it. It's gonna be all right.
no, it ain't. Cause they if okay, like for instance, and I'm just gonna say this, and I'm this is my opinion, and what was up in my back office, I'm gonna tell y'all. What was back up in my back office that kept me from getting monetized was when I used StreamYard and I let other people that was on the panel put it on their channel too. Guess
It-
what? It was
yeah, that's what did you call it? Streaming to their channel
right
simultaneously.
same information.
Yeah.
Okay, guess
That
what?
that
Well,
gets you demonetized.
and I could
Mhm.
not get monetized until I went there because I was just like, huh, child, I ain't losing all this watch time. But it wasn't until I cleaned that whole section up, deleted everything that was back there, that's when I got monetized.
Yeah, buddy.
Along with fixing my about page.
That's the key. It's the copyright section and it's your about section. People just don't understand how important that is.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
put it back there for you to see. You see what I'm saying? See what you're gonna you can either if it's somebody that has copied your video and it's on their channel, you have a right to tell YouTube to ask them to take it down or give them a copyright strike. Or you can contact that person and say, please take that down because you've copied my stuff. All right.
Mhm.
You can do that. All right. I have to go and because I got a low battery. Let me
Oh, Jill, it's okay because I'm gonna end it soon. You can you don't have to
hold on
plug
for a
in.
second. Let
You don't
me
have to plug in nothing.
okay, I
I
already did it.
understand if your battery is going, you can go.
Now I want to finish this.
Okay.
I already put it on okay, say yeah, so you can ask if someone has copied your stuff and it's gonna show up on the copyright in the YouTube studio.
Mhm.
And you can ask them. It's three things you can do back there. You can email them.
Mhm.
You can tell YouTube to ask them to take it down first, or you can, if they don't want to do that, you can get YouTube to say give them a copyright. No, give them a strike, copyright strike. Yeah.
Yes.
So just don't put it in archive and think you don't have to do nothing else.
Oh, listen, Jill, I'm gonna say this, and I know a lot of people gonna be mad, and I don't care. Stop going up on people panel, put it up on yours, and then think that you gonna get the watch time, and you think you gonna get monetized. All of that jumping up on everybody panel, streaming it to yours is a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's
Well.
a waste of time. Like, And a lot of people don't want to say what I'm saying. Me and you are, we're telling you the truth. And it's not because we think it, or we're guessing, or we're trying to we want you guys to have a downfall. We don't want you guys to go through what we went through.
Because
Don't waste your time. Make your own content.
all of them, the people came on my channel, and it was like 4 or 5 of them. Okay,
Hmm.
I deleted it on my end
Me too.
because it was made from my channel. So I just deleted all of that. I wasn't worried about the watch time no more because I have Team Bill with Geo, and that's all we do over
And
there.
you get it right back.
I got it right back.
Hmm.
Okay, but the people, and then I contacted, because all of the people that did it were my friends. So I either had their phone number, email, or Instagram. And I contacted them to tell them to go in their back office to see what is going on before they lose their monetization, you know. And so whoever did it first, whoever deleted it, like if 3 of them deleted it, one of them could keep it. You
Oh,
see what I'm saying? Because it would just be that content. It would just be on one person's content.
yeah.
So we just decided who could we help the most, and so the rest of us deleted it, and then they let that one person
Mhm.
keep. And I say I'll never do that audience tab again.
Mm-mm. See, and that has taught. Oh, Roxanne says I am monetized, but I've only made $25, but haven't seen any of it. Well, Miss Roxanne, you're not going to get any of the money until you have to meet $100 threshold. YouTube doesn't pay out until you get to $100.
Right, and that's how come I got 3 channels.
Yeah, yeah, buddy. That's why it's the same boat. It was like I wanna
Ain't
know
about-
every month that
yeah,
I'm gonna get at least $100.
listen, it ain't about trying to look good and outdo people. And oh, Geo got
Oh,
3 channels,
you
got
can get
so.
all that.
It ain't about that with Geo. It's about business. It's about thinking how to get them coins. It's thinking about how to get YouTube to pay me and you. Okay? I've been getting paid a long time because I got 3 channels. I had 4. I'm working on getting it back.
Hmm.
Okay? And
Same here,
so
Jill. We're in the same boat.
it's just about business, baby. It ain't about clout. Because 3 channels is work. It's about so I can pay this light bill here. Cause down in Texas, it ain't no joke.
And when the summer is gonna get hotter, I
Yeah,
need to get my bill. I need to get my check every month.
yeah. I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I'm just trying to pay the light bill.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay my bills. I'm trying to mind Marlene's business. That's it. I'm just trying to mind my business.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be bought. Why she got so many channels? I'm a look. Since you want to be in the business or the business or
The
whatever,
business.
let
Yep.
me tell you why I got a light bill.
No,
You pay
and
it
I'll tell
month.
you why. And you also tell them, and you know why? Because I worked on myself. I recognize my talents. I know my worth. I stay consistent, and I am a businesswoman.
Right.
That's why I have so many channels. And people will say, "Oh, well, we're not telling everybody to go and get 4 or 5 channels like me and Geo, but this is what me and Geo do. We're entrepreneurs. We're business women.
That's what
It's not for everybody, but it is for us.
I don't know why that's such a big deal. And all I'm
I
trying to,
don't understand why it's a big deal either.
and yes, I do have the talent to do it, and I've worked
Mhm.
on everything Marlene said, ditto. But I
Yep.
light bill, my light bill be like $180 and two
Cha-
child.
Sometimes 250.
Now, if I didn't have 3 channels, can I depend on? Can I call you and ask you for a loan? No.
You
So
could. Yeah, you could.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the other people that say why they got so many channels and stuff. Can I,
And they're not trying to help you. That's the part. They're
if you
not trying to help you
pay it, then
either.
I'll let these other channels go. But I can't trust that you gonna do that. I got to
Mm-mm.
look out for me. I'm a businesswoman, and I'm gonna always be that. And I'm gonna always find a way on YouTube to make me some coins to pay this light bill. So everybody that wanna know why from Geo, that's why.
Mhm. And if you want, and if you will, oh, let me talk about some, because you did a live the other day, Jill, that I got to talk about. Okay, I got to talk about it because I was like, ooh, I said I should do I wish it was like back in the day, because back in the day, Jill, you used to be able to do a response to somebody's live. Oh, and I was like, oh, I wanted to do a reply, and you were talking about when people leave nasty comments
No.
on your oh, I was like, girl, I was like, oh, I so bad. I wanted you to drop that link. I was like, girl, drop that link because I'm coming up there. I got something to say. But I wanted to say this, Gio. When I first started out here on YouTube, people's comments would get to me because I didn't know myself yet. But now that I know myself, I know what I want to do. And what another person, if they like it, don't like it, that don't bother me no more, because
Right.
it's about, I know myself. I know my goals, what I want to do for my life. And once you finally get to know yourself, another person's opinion, it doesn't hold weight with me or water. Like, yeah, it's irritating. Sometimes I be wanting to chop people in their throat, but you know, I don't let it keep me down anymore. Yeah, sure, I'm right there. Get them right there. Yeah, I do. But I just say they don't have my story. They don't have my drive. They haven't worked on themselves like I have worked on myself.
Thank you. And
Yeah,
I'm going to.
yeah, they ain't going to. I put, uh, Jill, do you think it's cheap to go to therapy?
No.
Child, I remember when I used to get that bill. Every time they would take money from my account, I'd be like, oh,
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I got,
I
I
put
paid, I paid.
comments on
Mm-mm.
your work and the trolls. Oh, I finally got my candle.
Oh, girl, we about to set it off. Set it up on the left. Set it up on the. Oh, we about to do it.
I got to
Yes, I'm gonna set it
find
off.
a lighter thing. Get a lighter thing when I was
Oh,
there.
I have one. I got it right. Where did it go?
So I'll be getting that for.
Yeah, I think I got a lot. I got my candle. Y'all wait. Y'all wait.
Don't be telling them what this for.
Oh, no, no, no! I ain't gonna tell them. But I got my what? This 3 wick. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I got my candle ready. I'm ready for them. Make them come on, trolls. I'm ready for you. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta go live at 1 o'clock on Friends with Super Channels.
Oh yeah, I'm only gonna be on here 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna get off here.
Okay, well, listen, Marlene, it was great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Every time I come on here, I let go of
Yes,
my voice.
girl.
I want to just say thank you so much to all the people in the chat that stuck
Mhm.
around to just hear us talk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And may God shine his love throughout your home and
Yes.
on YouTube channel. With that said, bye bye, everybody.
Bye, Chico. Have a great day. Thank you. Yes, guys. Y'all don't understand. I got some things that I'm working on. For me, I'm working on a channel song. Y'all don't even know. Your girl, I be singing. I be singing. I got some stuff I'm working on. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. You prepare to be sick of Marlene. That's all I'm gonna say. Prepare to be sick. I'm gonna flood y'all your feed with songs, with motivation, with everything. Prepare to be sick of me. Yes. Prepare to be sick of me. Get tired of seeing me right now. But I wanted to say to everybody, thank you to everybody who supports me on any of my platforms, not just this app, but my other social medias. Those who support me in real life. You're the real ones know. You don't have to say it out loud. They know who they are. The people who support me, and also the people who I support, they know it because I rock with you. You don't have to guess. But the people who I don't try to come back. You know, don't try to come back when I actually do the thing and I do get to that success. Don't try to come in and say, man, I wonder if Marlene will do something with, I wonder if Marlene will collaborate. No, I won't. And if I do collaborate with you, that's going to cost you about, let's say, $27,000. I already put that number in my head. That's going to cost you $27,000 if you want to collaborate with me. Right now, while you have the opportunity to be nice, to support me, you did it. But when I get there, and it's only a matter of time, okay? And those who know me. I'm loyal. I'm loyal, loyal. So when I do get there, trust and believe. Check your accounts. It's going to be some deposits. I'm going to be pulling up on people and be like, hey, girl, okay, I'll be collaborating with people. I'm going to be doing meetups. I'm going to be doing those things. But when I get to that number and get that sold out audience, don't 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 do that. Don't come over here and say, "Oh, Marlene, oh, you want to get together? You want to collab?" I'm be like, um, kind of busy. If I do, that's going to be $27,000 if you want to do a collab. But I remember, I have the mind of a what do you call it? Elephant. I remember everything. The people who doubted me, talked about me behind my back, judged me. Yeah, Marlene remembers. I remember I still got the Jamaican petty in me. That ain't going nowhere. Okay. So one day when you see that, 1 million behind whatever channel, even if it's just one, even if it's just one, if one of them says 1 million and you try to come over and say, "Oh, Marlene, can we collab?" Oh, Marlene, trying to reach out, slide in the DMs. And I'm going to be like, sure, we can collaborate. But, okay, here's my Cash App, my Zelle. That's going to be $27,000. Yeah, because she's booked and busy. Now, are you laughing at my five channels? Mm, possibly no. No, no. Okay. Nothing to say now. Okay. See, people will doubt you before your success, but they don't understand about the plans, the elevation, the growth, the learning. Okay. And all of that. Yeah, it's okay to be a little petty realist. And I'm telling you, when I do get there to my where I want to be, when I see that 1 million and I have that plaque, prepare for the petty. I'm saying prepare for petty because I'm gonna bring out the inner child, the little Marlene that wants to do those pranks. I'm gonna do a lot of that. And I'm gonna be reaching out to my day ones. I'm gonna be like, hey, Don, I'm pulling up. Where are you at? Let's meet up. Those are the people that I'm going to collaborate with. Those are the people that I'm not going to forget. Those are the people that are going to be on my community tab. Those are the people that I'm going to be like, how's your finances? You good? I can send you $1,000, $10,000, $50,000. But I'm only going to do that for my loyal people. And trust and believe. I'm manifesting those things, and I'm driven. And I know it's just a matter of time before it will come. And one day I'm going to be like, I'm going to I need a guest speaker. Hey, who can fill in? Hey, Dawn, can you come in? Can you come through? Okay. Um, I can pay you $10,000 for this speaking engagement. Hey, is your rent paid for the year? You know, yeah, here's a few dollars for a piece of candy. Yeah, that's hilarious, realist. But I already know because I have seen myself. I've had this dream for the past 7 years, and I can close my eyes. I already know what outfit I'm wearing, and I can see, and I'm looking out in the audience, and it's a sold out show, sold out, and it says Marlene motivates, and the crowd is cheering and money, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Money is going to be there, tours and everything. I see it. God has told me this, He has revealed it to me. But when that time comes, I'm going to remember all the people who supported me when I had 1,500. I'm going to remember every single one of you. That's all I'm saying. And I will be petty. Don't try to come around now because I won't want you. I'll say nope. She's too booked and busy. Yeah, yeah, she's busy. I don't know. Maybe you should speak to my social media manager. Speak to my social media manager because she's booked and busy. Yeah, she doesn't have the time. Okay, she doesn't have the time. That's when my Jamaican pettiness. And don't let me come out with my patois because I don't bring the patois, but one day when I get to a certain, I'm only going to be talking in Jamaican patois when I get to my space. I'm gonna remember all of my ancestors and all my people, and I'm gonna be doing some things with that. Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate everybody's support. Manifest blessings, a little petty for Friday, for your Friday. Be happy, be your best, live your life, heal, forgive, and be your best. Okay. Thank you, Gio, for supporting me, coming through. I appreciate you. You're a real one. Okay. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys back sometime next week. I'm going to do another live. I'm going to be doing these marathons until I get to my goal. I need 400 watch hours. So, those who are my day ones, if you could play a playlist, please support your girl. I appreciate it. See you guys on the next one. Peace, peace, peace.